What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Another stream. How's it going, everybody? There's a lot of chatter. Like, people chatting before the stream starts is very, very disappointing to me. And I'm seeing so many redacted comments that I'm wondering if I'm looking at a government document. What did you do, Undead? I was like, oh, redacted. Man, I already have some stuff to reply to, but yes. For those that don't know, exciting news today. Or not today, it was actually quite a while ago. What was it, like last Friday? Andrew has discovered that his volume for his music is way too high, so we need to turn it down. But also that he will not be a judge in the Crunchyroll Anime Awards for this year. Celebrate. So hashtag justice for a talking spirit, right? I stand with a talking spirit. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I've talked to death on multiple podcast episodes and an entire video about how I kind of over time have been not wanting to be a judge. And so they just made the decision for me. And I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad. I didn't make a whole video being upset about it. I'm not going to make another video about being upset about it. No, I can ride this train. I will get more publicity, more subscribers, more followers, more viewers by not being a judge and complaining about it like everybody else does. Right? That's how it works. I'm gonna go to the moon. But no, I did make a video on the Crunchyroll Anime Awards and how I have predictions about it, and thus this title is not clickbait. I was wrong about a few things. The main key thing that I was wrong about, of course, I did say it could be this or this, and they end up going with that. So I'm technically right. If you make enough predictions, one of them eventually be right. So I made a prediction that either they're not going to have judges for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, or they're going to downsize. And if they do downsize, they're probably going to stick with people that Sony is going to be comfortable with. People that they can technically control. Not just random YouTubers, not just random content creators. People that are tied to companies. Minus one. I think there's only like one of them that's not technically tied to a company. He might be. So they went with the safe route, and that's kind of what I was expecting. Now, the question still remains, and we'll get more into it later. I'm curious if this will be strictly Crunchyroll Anime Awards. That's still to be seen. And I'm very curious how that's going to turn out. But anyways, before I start diving more into it, I do have chats, and I do want to reply to chats. Undead said, Anime Awards deserve a new version. An Anime Gate needs to happen. The same level of Comics Gate happened. Basically, a parallel anime industry. I'm mixed on it, honestly. I think there is value to shaking up the system, because obviously the direction it's going into is scary. If the animated industry keeps going the direction it's going, it could go really bad. To clarify, for those that have not watched my videos, there's an aspect of Sony is obviously on track to become the only place to get anime. There's a chance that Disney will give up within the next year. They'll do what Amazon did. They'll do what Netflix did. They'll try it, and then they'll give up if they don't see enough profits. And then at that point, Sony takes over. And Sony becomes the only source for anime. And then what happens from that is they start gatekeeping. They don't directly censorship stuff. They just gatekeep. And the reason why I can see them gatekeeping is because, yes, the amount of money that anime is making in the West right now has pretty much eclipsed what it's making in Japan. Now, that's not to say that they're making more money by anime. That does not mean that. Technically, if you think about it, most anime is made for what reason? To advertise the source material. And the source material is what those producers are trying to sell. So, yes, they'll make more money selling licenses to the West, but that's going to come down. That's going to slowly come down because, essentially, if Sony becomes the only buyer, they give less money. If they give less money, then that means that them eclipsing with the West is going to start coming down again. So, I don't think Japan is going to produce anime to appease the West. they're going to want to keep it to sell manga. And if they censor it or change it in some way to appease Sony, that means they're not going to sell as much manga. They want the risque stuff in there to sell the manga. So I don't necessarily see it happening. But yes, like, this is a really long question, a really long answer. I think it needs to be shook up, but at the same time, to what extent is the question mark. I just want as many people in the game as possible. I know that's more subscriptions, but that means that they're competing and thus they can't control things. And technically, licenses cost more, and Japan gets paid more. The only way that I really would want it to change is I would love for there to be some sort of group in Japan that becomes the new Crunchyroll. In Japan, all the producers pool to one company that is essentially a streaming service in Japan, and they sell the stuff directly to worldwide. The problem with that always comes is then they have to have lawyers there to have essentially covering all their bases for all the different countries they're going to. The reason why Crunchyroll and everything works is because they handle everything for localizing. Translations, laws, licenses, distribution, all that stuff. I would love for a Japanese company to just distribute worldwide. Just a new service that covers everything, and it never leaves Japan. We just stream it from them. So, anyways, that was a long answer. Sorry. And it also said plant the seeds for now and later. Anime and manga can have a backup. Same for light novels. Yeah, and I guess technically that would be the case too. There's some controversies around light novels and stuff and translations, and I think a lot of that has to do with the translators. Translators are selecting. I think there needs to be better translators out there. Hello, P. Hey, Adrian. You're just going to be audio only. That's fine. There's not going to be much to look at besides a bunch of judges' faces. Kind of curious about this topic. Hey, Kyo. Kobani is best girl. Mace. I'm waiting to see if she becomes best girl. Genghis saying, hey, what's up, Genghis? Like the tweet. Thanks, Genghis, for the tweet. Roxy is looking at me. She always looking at you. I've somehow got an S13 Sylvia from the last video I watched. I don't know what that means. Klaus Drive, what's up? I just take a parallel anime streaming service that gives us a full release. Yeah, I think everybody's kind of just wants that. Parallel industry needs more than one person to do it. Right. It's a big deal. It's like my brother was talking about specifically like decentralizing anime, so to speak. I know it's a really drawn out term these days. Decentralizing the anime, that way they distribute directly from the studios and the producers. And I'm like, that's just not going to happen because they need servers. They need large amounts of capacity for servers, for all the, basically people contacting it and distributing data and all that kind of stuff. It takes big servers to do a streaming service. That's why it's hard for anybody to compete with YouTube. Duhalt, what's up? Not Monty, hey. Mace, I think I already said hi to you, but if I didn't, hey. Sabana Sue, what's up? Whoop whoop, celebrate Jay-Z. I'm alive. Hey, Ruby, what's up? You member. Thanks for becoming a member, Ruby. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the emotes. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate the support. Also, parallel industry needs to be 100% against censorship. And I think, again, that's something you have to take into consideration, that a lot of it's not necessarily the West censoring it. There's rarely a case where the West censored anything. I mean, yeah, technically like television anime where they replaced rice balls with donuts or something like that. But it's like Crunchyroll and stuff, they typically don't censor things. They just get the censored version that is available in Japan as well. It's dumb how you can vote against. Yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that eventually. Work's been keeping you away. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing well, though. Plus, I don't use Twitch at all. I'm not a fan of the website. Yeah. So if you're just coming back, Ruby, I have been trying to stream exclusively on YouTube again. Twitch is being kept strictly to whenever I need to cover things that require audio or video that YouTube will strike me for. So, like last week, we did our previews for the next season. So, High Dive has been getting much better shows lately. Yeah, they're doing good. I'm afraid they're struggling right now because, one, AMC is having issues, and two, and since AFC is their parent company now, if they have issues, High Dive has issues. And we're getting signs of that already with the idea that they're having certain shows going to be dropping off their platform, and that typically means that they don't have the money to relicense. That's my speculation. That's not been proven yet. They won't say that. Let's see. I agree with that. Cut out the middleman here. Maybe we could stop losing anime like Rage of the Bahamut Virgin Soul on Amazon. Can't watch it anymore. Yeah, and that was my fear with Recreators, because Recreators still stuck in Amazon hell. It's a really good show. I really hope that, since it's technically an Aniplex title, they'll move it to Crunchyroll, but I don't know how long they have their license. Also, Japan needs to vet to high hell all the people they hire to translate, add subtitles. And again, that was something we've discussed before on the podcast. It's not necessarily an aspect of... It sucks that Japan doesn't know what they're doing with their titles. They're not going to go and check the script of everything. Some shows, or mainly movies, you see this example with Evangelion 3.33. Funimation technically did a bad job with the translation on that one, and the company got mad. But you rarely see that. With like television series and stuff, once it leaves their shores, they don't seem to care. I mean, I would be really interested to know what, say, Kulkyun thinks of... Kulkyun? Shinju, the creator of Maid Dragon. I'd be curious to think what that mangaka thinks of, yes, inserted political stuff into their anime. Or what does the writer of Prison School think of Gamergate stuff being injected in the show? I don't remember if anybody ever like added them and got a response, but it would be interesting to know, like, what are they screwing with my show or my content? Problem they're undead. Japan doesn't hire them. Exactly. Like I said, once it leaves their shores, they don't care. But I think there is an aspect of, there's probably a defamation clause. There's probably some sort of clause that you can't destroy their content. Otherwise, what would stop them from making an episode of Move Love where the subtitles are nothing but this show sucks, this show sucks, this show sucks, this show sucks? I mean, there's probably something in the contract license about don't screw up my show. I don't know. Corporate sanitization might be the case. I don't know if what's that reference to. Cheto, what's going on? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. We definitely need more competition when it comes to anime streaming in the West. If it becomes solely Sony industry, that would be a nightmare for consumers. Yeah. That's why I said, I know that people don't like the idea of having multiple subs. But, again, one, the more subs you get, the more competition. That means that one person is not going to start screwing up the industry or gatekeeping. And two, it technically means that the anime industry is getting more money, because that means that the subs cost, there's competition, and thus they're bidding for licenses. That's, like I said, the moment that Sony takes over, the only reason I don't think they're going to become a gatekeeper is because they're going to start paying less for those subs. And that means they're going to come down in how much they're making, and thus they're not going to care to let Sony call the shots. Unless Sony decides that they want to keep paying them a lot of money, which I doubt it. Like how Monster Musume isn't on High Dive anymore. Oh yeah, Recreators is really good. I love a dub for that. And Watakoi. Oh, that's right. That's still on there, isn't it? Oh, I forgot about that. I know that Sentai Filmworks has saved a lot of them, but I guess not all of them. Imagine if Japan got back to the 1940s Japanese war spirit, if in the anime industry showing their iron will and bring wonderful products to many people. Bonsai, right? G Million, what's up? Hope you're doing well. There was this thing in the Seven Seas translation of the manga where U.S. customers complained to the Japanese company and the author. Really? I think I heard about that. Which show was that, or which story was that? Seven Seas had to change it to the original, and I know they've revised a couple of ones. Like Mushoku Tensei technically has 2 revisions on a lot of their volumes. Bro, how did the blonde chick from To Your Eternity lose all that weight overnight? I haven't seen the episode. I don't know. I don't know. Probably after the loss of somebody. I'm assume. Can Fushi turn into a lipo machine? What's a lipo machine? Oh, lipo machine. Okay, never mind. Probably. The more the merrier, more competition to leave the consumer in, the better in the end. I agree. Yeah, that's like I said. Vote with your wallet kind of concept. I am surprised Monster Musume never got a season 2, but I picked up the manga. I'm not too surprised. That seemed like a very niche, very so much a bait to the source material. I don't think they wanted to adapt too much of it. Bonsai business version. Monster Musume has enough content for season 2 and 3. Nice. But no, I will say, like I said, I'm fine with not being a judge of the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. I've been, for the longest time, debating if I even wanted to become a member. Every year, it's pretty much me going, do I really want to be a part of this? There's multiple reasons for that. The first main I originally did it because I love anime, and I want anime to be essentially seen. And I felt like every year, how things played out, it felt like it wasn't doing what I wanted it to do in the intention of celebrating anime. Mainly, like, not having enough categories, people being very tunnel visions on what shows they pick. It's always, like, the mainstreams, and that's it. Certain shows being essentially nominated for multiple categories, and in categories they shouldn't be in. Odd Taxi and comedy. It was obvious to me that a lot of the judges were essentially only watching, say, 5 shows a year, and they just put all their nomination in that one title, and thus it got into everything. There was a judge darling here and there, but it didn't feel like we were trying to spread the love. I don't know at this point if I can get into the nitty-gritty details about how the system works. Just know that it's almost built in a way that it discourages you to highlight a lot of anime. That's all I'll say. And I hate it. And every year I told them the same thing over and over again. I even in my last video about the Anime Awards, my predictions, somewhere in there it's a brief screenshot of me scrolling through my write-up that I made that I would send to them and tell them, hey, you got problems, you can fix it. And they never took my advice. So every year it was the same thing. But again, now that I'm no longer a judge, I get to critique them. Because, yes, so you guys know, you do have to sign an agreement that you do not talk badly in any way about the Anime Awards, and I'm not a judge anymore, so there you go. Like I said, I'll milk it. I'll milk it. If they pop up with the nominations and it's all Crunchyroll shows, hell yeah, I'm making a video. And then, yes, when March 4th comes around, hell yeah, I'm live streaming and we're going to talk about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is going to be a lot. Yeah, it's time to let go of the pent-up frustration and anger. I'll still give them credit where credit's due. But, yeah, it is nice that this year I will not have to worry about watching what I say. Because, again, I technically could... I mean, I doubt Crunchyroll would have came after me and sued me. They wouldn't get much out of me. They ain't going to get much out of me. But at the same time, it's like one of those things of... There was things I wanted to say, and I couldn't, which sucks. You're going to live stream a website with the results? I did that last year. I did it last year. Which, by the way, my most successful... Crunchyroll, or not Crunchyroll, YouTube gave me my... what was it? What do you call it? The year-end, gosh, what the heck is the name of it? They're like their year-end recap for your channel. Guess what was my number one? This is bothering the hell out of me. That I just moved my other screen and now I can see myself and it's bothering me. I don't like seeing myself. Hold on. There, better. Anyways, yeah, I got my year-end report. And my most successful stream was literally me live streaming the update of their website. It was gold. It was absolute golden. So, anyways, like I said, so my current issue that I have right now is the judges. I have first off, no ill will to any of these people. All the power to them. Congratulations to them for being a part of it. Hope they do a fantastic job. Good on them. The thing that I noticed, though, and I said in my predictions video, is that I assumed that what was going to happen is that they were either going to not have judges, or they'll cull down the judges and only have judges that will be controllable. Thus, getting rid of anybody that's just a random YouTuber, anybody that is a podcaster, because they can't control them. So what I noticed really quickly when I scroll through the judges... as these are all pretty much people that are, let's say, mainstream. This is very mainstream people. In the idea that they're all attached to some sort of company. Journalist, TV. I don't know I don't know any of these people, honestly. The only person I know in this entire list is Mother's Basement. And I like how they put on their top YouTube anime critic. What a self backpat. I love you. I love you, Mother's Basement. And it was probably not your idea, but damn, what a backpat right there. I hope that he's just embarrassed by that. Like, why the hell did you guys put that as my title? I'm gonna hope that that's what happened. But no, they love Mother's Basement. I mean, he's been with the Anime Awards for what? Like, I think every single one of them. He's been in one, which is technically one more than me. Well, now he's got two more than me. Two more. No one gives you a back pats like yourself. I'm pretty good at it. I know exactly how gentle to be. Mother's Basement is the only one I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sadly, I don't know any of these people. Like, I would hope that I've maybe seen some of her cosplay, but I don't know. I've seen this person in the list of last year's judges. That's about it. But it's just basically, it's all journalists, and that's. Oh, there's Arcada too. Oh, look at this. He's only a YouTuber and anime reviewer. I gotta tweet Arcada and ask him what he thinks about the fact that he's on a list where Mother's Basement is the top anime YouTuber. So there's two people on here I know. I don't watch their content because I get frustrated watching YouTubers that have clips in their videos because it makes me mad that I can't get away with it myself. But like I said, everybody else, and that's the thing, it's probably, like, there's a good chance that Arcada and stuff, I guess, is because they're around for so long, but all these people are controllable by Sony, and that's the main thing I want to point out. They're part of companies that Sony will knock on their door and say, hey, get your dude in check, because they're on our page here, and they're doing something they shouldn't be doing. Sony doesn't like risk, and so a lot of this stuff is changing to that effect. Why do you have to search the judges? There's only, like, what, 30 of them? I guess there's more than that. It almost feels like they've added some. But anyways, so what that means is, I think this, and again, no disrespect for anybody here. I had more of an issue with it in past awards. This is going to be one stale nomination list. For dang sure, this is going to be one stale list. Because, like per usual, whenever I look at these judges, I don't see a lot of people that are like, they cover everything. One of these individuals, who was it? I think they were on the main page. I gotta scroll quick because there's a video up on top. Thank you. Who was it? I think it was this dude. Shoot. Maybe it was this one. Yeah. Every quarter he watches 5 to 10 new shows. Good on you. That's what the Anime Award needs. When they go to find judges, they gotta say, you need to be at least watching this much shows. Because let's be perfectly honest. How many shows are in a season? Yeah, as do we all do. But I mean, this is better than what I've heard before. Like, again, rest in peace. But a certain individual from Anime News Network plainly stated when they were a judge that they watched maybe one show that year. But they had their hand on the pulse of anime. There's too many damn people that are in these lists that are basically chosen because they look smart or they're an influencer of some way. They're a cosplayer. I'm sorry, cosplaying takes a lot of damn time. I doubt they have time to freaking watch anime. They probably watch a couple shows just to get an idea of a character so they can make a cosplay outfit. Cosplaying, if they're a good cosplayer, they probably have way too much damn time they're spending on that. And that's fine. But you're not watching shows. You need to watch shows, otherwise you can't judge what's the best shows. But again, my core point is, and it was the point that I've made several times before, but nicer about it because I didn't want to say anything negative about the Anime Awards. There is literally 120 to possibly 180 shows every year. Watching 20 shows doesn't cut it. That doesn't cut it. I'm sorry. You're not able to choose the best of the year if you haven't watched but 5% of the shows in the year. And that's what I said that's what I say when I see that that's what I'm saying when I see a lot of these people that are on these lists. They don't watch this crap. And if they do, they watch just Chainsaw Man. And that's their pick. Oh, I'll just put... And that was what was happening every year when I watched these nomination lists. They were just... Everybody was dumping points into one show. And it wasn't giving enough shows attention. It really sucks. I doubt most of those judges watch anime, to be honest. And that's the problem. Like when... Shoot, what was it? When they had the IGN anime club, whatever... I think there was one of the members of them of their podcast was doing nominations, and it was like, if you don't watch these shows, like I literally listen to you guys every week just to laugh at certain things, and they were all right. They weren't terrible, but they weren't watching shows. Like again, anime content producer of IGN. What are you like? You're producing for IGN. What anime are you watching? I don't know. Let's see if any of these other ones actually admit how much they watch. I think that'll be funny. Editor, visual manager of Ramen for Two, a site dedicated to anime news. He's loved anime since a young age, which has led to him to cover events, be in contact with the industry and members, and offer his vision of what anime is all about. I guess, yeah. Let's see. I'm looking for somebody that probably offer several books about manga and history. Well, I'm glad they're watching shows. I'm coming from a perspective of somebody who that's what I do. So I don't expect all these people to watch all the shows. But at the same time, some of these people have full-time jobs of doing things outside of watching anime because that's not exactly what they do. So I don't expect them to watch a lot of shows. There's not enough time in the day for how many shows are out there. And I'm conceding that I don't have an answer for it. There's no way for Crunchyroll to ensure that every judge has watched every show every year. It's an impossibility because there's too many damn shows. And they're not going to like working with the people that do that. Obviously, they don't want to work with me no more. But there's a lot of dorks out there that watch every anime show every single year, and they're probably not people they want to work with. So how the hell do you nominate it? It doesn't make any sense. And I guess that's technically the issue with things like the Grammys and stuff as well. That's technically internal paying, and back padding, but best romance Chainsaw Man, right? And anime of the year is Attack on Titan. To be honest, I don't think their awards like this could ever be fair. I agree. That's technically where I'm going at. And like I said, I don't blame any of these people. I have no ill will to these people. I'm just going to assume that most of them probably don't watch much. If they watch anything, it's the big ticket shows. Like every year. Every year the same way. And that was another reason why I was okay with not being a judge this year. The shows I select never get in the nominations. I never get my shows in the nominations. Like last year, guess what show I tried to get into the list? Mushoku Tensei. Guess what? It wasn't in the list. I can't... And we had, 50 judges last time? Yeah, Sunny Boy did. Because it was like this thing that was artistic and making a statement. Made no sense. I didn't know anybody that liked Sunny Boy. But yet the judges did. And they dumped all their points into it to make sure it got in the list. You also can't let it be an all fan vote either. Yeah, and that was kind of what I was sort of predicting besides them doing judges. But they ended up doing journos. Mainstream journos. How does it feel to have your anime awards now be nothing but journos? Besides two anitubers, you have nothing but journos. That was another funny one. There was one of these guys was like a host of this one. YouTube channel Malgeek. I can't find this. What is Malgeek? There's no YouTube channel called Malgeek. Who are these people? Again, Clayton, I have no issue of you. I just find it funny. I don't know what Malgeek is. Google says it doesn't exist. Maybe it's a typo. Maybe it's MAIS. I don't know. Game Wars needed to have started and be consistent since the 90s. And that was the other thing I was thinking of. Maybe, I mean, technically it's already happening. There's a lot of anime awards out there that are doing a lot better job than Crunchyroll. So I have no doubt that this is not gonna change anything. You like Sunny Boy? That's fine. I'm just saying I didn't know many people at the time that liked Sunny Boy. I'm sure there's a lot of people that love Sunny Boy. I enjoyed Sunny Boy until they gave me a strike on my channel. Then I just enjoyed it by myself and got tired of it eventually. I had more fun talking about Sunny Boy than watching it, is my key thing. Which, shame on them, because I was actually helping people understand what the hell was happening with my videos. So I took them all down once they gave me a strike. Thanks, YouTube, for having them allowing them to strike me for a screenshot. I'm waiting for them to kill the anime in the awards in like the next 5 years. I really wonder how successful this year's will be. And if it's not very successful, I have a feeling like they will pull it back. Like Sony's going to say, all right, this is our big explosion show and it didn't go well, so let's just not do this anymore, or at least not to the scale. I think they'll keep doing it. This is definitely their efforts to keeping the stage. Like, I think last year was a bad year for them for the Anime Awards, and a lot of other services did a lot better than they did. And I think this was their step to trying to step up and make it look like they're the end all be all. They're the Grammys of anime, like I've said before. This former journalist is insulted, right? When you were selecting shows, did it specify Mushoku Tensei Part 1 and 2 as separate options? It was... Shoot, somebody asked me that when that happened. I want to say it was just listed as Mushoku Tensei. I want to say it was just Mushoku Tensei. But no, I think at the time I had meant to contact them about that, and I don't remember. It's been so long. It's been a whole year, honestly. And he spreads the word on 89 FM. What is that even? Like, 89 FM for where? Like 89 FM where? Right? You gotta have to specify where. Like, there's an 89 FM everywhere. Like, it just depends on wherever it reaches. Why would that be a thing? Jay-Z Meister, thanks for the $2. I appreciate it, man. Who likes the Grammys? That's exactly it. This is literally the Grammys of anime, and it's so right? Like, it's just a bunch of back patting. Look at us, we're great. He's from Brazil. Does Brazil have like a band that is able to cover the entire area with 89 FM? Like I said, technically it's a frequency from an area. So you're in this area, and suddenly you pick up this frequency of that particular area. So unless Brazil's like a full-on area, are you just making a comment that he's from Brazil? That's mean. Imagine a High Dive show getting Anime of the Year. That would be great. Call of the Night. I'll accept it. Just because, just to not be Chainsaw Man, because that's their toy, their love child. Dogs are mad. Sorry. Never paying attention to the Anime Awards or the awards show. I just do it because it's fun. Like I did. My main push for it for the last 6 years has been to celebrate anime. That's all I care about. That's why me and Chris, when we do our Anime Awards podcast, it's us having as many categories as possible, just that we can highlight as many shows as possible. So, yeah, so it's only trying to keep the high ground and at the Anime Awards. I agree. And I really do hope that a lot of these other groups steps it up. Like Reddit has one, right? Anime Trending, I think, does one. I would love all these other groups to just work as hard as they can to make it more special. Because honestly, I mean, none of these other groups are really doing a lot of things. Like, they need to kind of come together and just do something. Even if it's just a couple people sitting in front of a chair and in front of a camera and live streaming them talk about what won. That's all I need. It doesn't need to be a stage show. Just show your presence in the anime sphere as that you have an award, and people come together and they get excited for what you're going to say next in front of a microphone. It doesn't have to be a stage show in Japan. And then over time, they can build up and be bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually they'll be the replacement for Crunchyroll Anime Awards, honestly. They need Will Smith to go to the Anime Awards for reasons. No, okay. I was just gonna make a comment about The Rock, and then I remembered the Will Smith slap. Get my wife's name out of your mouth. Get my waifu's name out of your mouth. I want to do that now. All right, we're having a GoFundMe. We're gonna raise money. We're gonna raise money to get Andrew to the Anime Award in Japan, just so that when they start talking about Best Girl or something like that, I want to be out. I want to be out in the audience yelling, "Get my waifu's name out of your mouth!" Oh my gosh. Oh, that would be so good. That would be so good. They're like, and the nominations are Makima. Get my waifu's name out of your mouth. I don't know. The Mother's Basement will probably be on the stage. They love the hell out of him, so he'll probably be on the stage. And then I'll no. I think Arcade's been there more often. It'd probably end up being him. Just a gentle slap. I'm not talking like I want to fight or something like that. I'm not mean like Will Smith. I'm not gonna do a follow through and make sure that his head spins around. Oh gosh, I want to do that so bad now. Okay, at the very least, whenever they finally release like the footage of the Anime Awards, I'll make a joke video out of it. Just like a recording of me screaming from the audience. That'd be good. And then a clip of Will Smith walking up there and slapping one of the people. That'd be great. Anyways. I gotta thank Bill Clinton. Rabbi Bill Clinton might be a good one too. But no, I think the Will Smith slap's more funny. It's a lot more funny. You gotta go, you gotta nominate Anime of the Year to Reform Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Should kiss him instead. That would probably get more press. That would be a lot more interesting. I mean, good looking guys. I mean, nothing bad about them. No, if they had Kendra Suda on the stage, hell yeah, I'd be right up on that stage so I can give him a nice big kiss. That would make my life. I would just hope that somebody gets a nice good footage of it, and my life is set. I'd kiss Kendra Suda. That's about the only dude I want to kiss. If I had the cash, I'd definitely pay for that. Just Photoshop yourself in the audience and yell it in the video, right? It's memeable. I think it's gonna be good. And nominate Anime of the Year. Orthodox Rabbi Poochie? What the heck is a Pookie? Poochie? Am I missing some? I'm missing a reference. I feel bad. The awards are over in Japan. Yeah, it's being held in some hotel in Japan. Who knows what's going on there? I have a feeling like this is gonna be one of those cases where when this is over, that there's gonna be like some weird thing where like Japan Twitter just starts getting really mad about it. Like I totally envision that happening. Like they're like, why are they having this ceremony here? They're idiots. What are they even doing here? Go back to your world or something like that. I just see them being super vicious about this Anime Awards. I don't know. I've never really checked in too much on Japan's, I guess the Japanese anime fandom and what they think of the Anime Awards. I'd be really curious. I do know that typically with like every single year, what Japan anime fans like is completely different than what especially Crunchyroll Anime Awards chooses. But typically whatever is picked in Japan is different than what you get in the West. I doubt they care too, but there's a subgroup in there that's really vicious on Twitter. But I've only seen it for a couple things, honestly. I watched Kaho Shibuya for the culture. They'll probably have to trash Chase Guy's host or something too. I don't think so. Because we talked about that, I think in one of our live streams. Trash Taste guys are technically tied up with what Bookwalker and Katakawa, so they're not really. I don't know. I think there would be like, because typically they do a lot of stuff with Netflix. So you're most likely. I think even last year they were doing a lot of this stuff with Netflix. So I don't know. I don't know that they would be surprised that at least Gigic's not there or wasn't there or wasn't in the list. No, I don't think Gigic's ever been an anime awards person, which sucks because he's the only person I'd probably see in the list and go, yeah, like that definitely. Like I give a lot. Like I said before, I don't know. I haven't watched them in a while, but like Arcata and Mother's Basement, I at least have some respect for watching a lot of stuff. They might not watch the entirities of every show, but they at least watch the shows. They're probably just gonna watch the shows that get the biggest clicks and the biggest memes out of it. But for the most part, they're watching and stuff at least. I don't have any trust in anybody else here. Just like video game awards in Japan versus the rest of the world. Oh yeah, for sure. Like video games for sure, because they've given up on pretty much console gaming for a long time. I watched Gigic to a point. Like any newer video, watched our X season anime in a nutshell. Yeah, I appreciate Gigic. He's like one of the few anti-tubers that I enjoy just for his positivity. I just think a lot of his humor is younger audience, which gets the clicks. A lot of loud noises and obnoxious cuts. I thought Gigic said he does not watch much seasonals. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, his videos make it out like he's watching a lot, but I don't doubt that he has writers to do a lot of that stuff. I mean, he's at the point where he can have people do it for him. Trash Taste 2 years ago, because he's busy. Like Gigic, Anime Man, they're busy. Like those dudes are like entrenched in Japan. They're doing vlogs. They're doing stuff with Bookwalker and stuff. They're doing stuff with Netflix. They're busy as hell. I don't blame them. Their career has changed from them covering anime to covering anime for companies, essentially. And again, that's good on them. Successful. I'm super proud of them. Do watches quite a few seasonals. Well, Anime Awards is all recency bias anyways, so it'll probably be Chainsaw Man or Bleach or any of the fall anime. Again, I'm really curious if Bleach will be in it. Again, for those that missed my video, I'm predicting that there's a possibility this might be strictly Crunchyroll. That because Sony might not want them to go and get licenses for all these other companies. And Bleach is Disney, and them knocking on... They technically don't need to knock on Disney's door, don't get me wrong. They technically can go straight to... Now, here's the question mark. Okay. They technically just need to get approval from the production committee to get Bleach footage and whatever on their site for the awards. Question mark is if they stream it to the West, will that primary licensing agreement allow them to broadcast it to the West without issue? Or would somebody like Disney, the moment it leaves Japan's shores, suddenly Disney jumps on them? Because I doubt Sony's going to go to Disney. I don't know. I don't know the full stakes in that. Because that's a really good question mark. But yeah, my prediction is that Bleach will not be in the awards. Shigeki is the only one that on Trash Taste who seems to watch anime, and he has to like force everybody else to watch stuff. So he has to force the rest of them to watch it. I remember like that one when they did we finally watched Mushoku. It's like, well, I'm glad you guys watched like literally the best show of the year finally. Joey made it not to really watching anime anymore, and Connor has never really watched much. Oh yeah, for sure. Connor, I kind of leave separate. He's a voice actor. That's his focus, so I don't blame him at all. It's just funny when they're like literally the most viewed. And again, I think Trash Taste is not really necessarily an anime podcast. I mean, it seems like it's trying to be at least, I don't know, painted that, but it's not really. Like they literally don't even talk about anime. The ongoing jokes is they don't talk about anime. And I think they need to really kind of shed that perspective. I don't know why they keep the perspective they're an anime podcast or whatever. Need to pick me up this week, so I started watching Super Cup. Nice. for the second time. Nice. I'm so glad you ended up talking about that series and bringing it up to my attention. I absolutely love it. And again, thank you for the comment. That's why I love doing what I do. I love watching, and it's not for everybody. I love watching all the shows. That's why I wanted to make this my full-time job. I want to keep doing this where I watch all the shows, consume them all, give them all a shot, because I find stuff like that. Super Cub was completely non-existent in the Anime Awards. Should have been in there. This year, Akiba's Sailor Uniform will probably not be in there. Same artist. It should be in there. Hanging out with PewDiePie? What? From the whole judges list, I only know of Joff and Kahu. Yeah, it's a bunch of journos. It's a bunch of journos that nobody knows. Yeah, those guys are now on another level for anime seasonals. Anime Man barely watches anything, I think. I doubt it. And again, it's fine. He's moved on. That's where he made his attention, and that's where he's moved on from there. He only reads manga. I know a lot of people a lot of the anime-tubers are kind of, not a lot. There's a few that I remember have transitioned just reading source material, which I think is a good thing. Some of this stuff is kind of getting so oversaturated, and the anime industry is kind of getting overburdened, so it's easier just to focus on source material. Might need to do more impression videos of anime. It's been years since those were done. I didn't know you had a channel. I gotta check out your channel, Undead. Is JoJo Part 6 an option in these awards? I don't know. I think it'll be snuffed. I think JoJo will get snuffed. Especially since it's Netflix. They're gonna see Quail's my anime of the year. Yeah, I was looking at, like, I was thinking about the anime awards, or at least anime of the year, whatever. Not Crunchyroll anime awards. And I was reminded out of nowhere, look at Sequoia, I'm like, crap, this year's gonna suck. Like, this year's gonna suck picking best. Because again, when we do our awards, I usually stick to 5. I think we need to do 10 this year. I really think I need to do 10 this year, because it's gonna suck otherwise. It's gonna be really bad. Will Chainsaw Man even be eligible? It's still going over half to go. No, Chainsaw Man's only a single core. Unless something changed. Isn't it a single core? I'm thinking more weeb-themed podcasts. Yeah, I agree. You're talking about trash taste. I already expected Isekai Uncle to get skipped. Dude, Isekai Uncle, Isekai Uncle, they have a category for comedy, don't they? That was the other problem I'm going to talk about before we finish. Yeah, they have comedy. If Isekai Uncle, like, this is the... Let's put aside all my other issues about the Anime Awards. Let's even put aside Bleach possibly not ending up in the Anime Awards because it might be Crunchyroll only. If Isekai Uncle, because they're going to be Crunchyroll only, if Isekai Uncle is not there because of that, throw away this entire thing. Like, legit. Isekai Uncle not being in the Anime Awards will be the biggest issue. It won't be that Bleach isn't in here for anime and for animation and action or whatever. Oh gosh, that just scares me to think about. Yeah, I don't think any. It'll be like Harem Another Rabbit with Another World and stuff like that, which I didn't laugh much in. Yeah, I don't think Netflix or High Dive shows will be on there either. Yeah, I don't think so. For sure, not High Dive shows. Even though it sucks because they've had pretty much a lot of contenders of this year for me. I mean, like Made in Abyss, Call of the Night, alone, just those two. But your boy Kong Ming. Like, there's so many good shows this year from High Dive. Well, they built up their viewers from the anime databases or fan base. Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people struggle with. A lot of their fandom that doesn't like them not talking about anime. That's what the joke comes from. But I think most people listen to them because they're kind of like them moving on from anime. So it's like, we talked about this before, where a lot of the anime fandom, they'll watch anime. There's a chunk of people that they'll watch anime for like 3 years and then they get tired. They get tired of the tropes or whatever, and they kind of move on. So they have like this idea of this 3-year lifespan, which there's a study out there somewhere. I don't know what it is. But it makes sense to me, so I'm going to go with it. So you have a lot of people that kind of watched anime, and they watched their content, and they blew up. They got really big. And then just like them, they stopped watching anime. but they still listen to them because they're just they're just shooting the crap. So it works out really well because this big fandom they built up, they stop watching anime just like them. But then you have this little core group that's still watching anime, and they're going, "Hey, why don't you watch anime anymore?" So there's still a group that's watching them that's like, "Come back and watch anime. Why aren't you watching anime? Why aren't your videos about anime? Why do you only watch 1 or 2 episodes and make a funny video and then never talk about the shows again?" That's them. They're still, and I think that's the sucky thing, is because they're still putting their hand in the pot. And so it's kind of frustrating, I'll admit, for a lot of content creators that they're still perceived as the biggest anime YouTubers out there. And it's like, but it's only because they're coming back and they're putting their hand in the pot every now and then they go back to doing what they're doing. And it sucks. And then I think the biggest problem I have is a lot of those people, if they start talking about certain subjects around anime, and my biggest complaint, don't make, I guess this is directed to them. Don't make a video talking about the upcoming season, doing your little, your seasonal video about what's coming up next season, and complain about what's in the season when you're not going to watch it. Just saying. Akiba Maid should be as well. It kind of dropped off on me. I'm hoping Akiba Maid ends really well. Crap, I just lost my spot. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, YouTube chat. Oh, I lost my spot. Hold on. I love it. I love when you guys talk a lot, because then it gives me a lot of stuff to talk about. Super Cup is a great show, to be honest. Nice. Duhalt knows where it's at. I know about a handful of these judges. Same. I think I read that one. Do It Yourself has been a pretty fun show. Yeah. Do we even have a slice of life? Am I missing it? Why isn't there a slice of life category? So yeah, Akiba Maid War, Do It Yourself, all those shows are just gonna get snuffed out. You need to have a slice of life so at least they get attention, because nobody watches slice of life. That's probably why they didn't have a slice of life category, because they went to the judges and they said, "Hey judges, here's a list of nominations. Go ahead and nominate your stuff." And they're all like, "Slice of life? I don't watch slice of life. Did you watch slice of life? No, I don't watch slice of life. What is a slice of life? No, not me. No, I don't watch slice of life. Nope. Nope, don't look at me. Nope. Nope, 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 don't. Slice of what? Huh? What? What language is that? I speak only English. What? No, no, slice of life. Sorry. Did you watch the final episode of Fron? I wanted Nux Taku to voice the Necromancer. I like how you call it Fron. I'm guessing you're talking about Reincarnated as a Sword. No, I haven't watched it. Technically I'm watching on a high dive, so it'll be next week. I might just download them both and watch them though. But no, I haven't watched it yet. Need to read the source material for Cat Planet Cuties, the Demon Lord school anime. Dude, Cat Planet Cuties would be great. I miss Cat Planet Cuties. Make it harder, just 5. I don't know. Chainsaw Man was a 2 core. Now you're making me wonder. Am I crazy? No, I mean, I'm for it. Because I think it's going to stop on a really bad note. Like, the last 2 episodes were fantastic. This episode was kind of a little bit... Yeah, it's listed as 12. Yeah, it's 12. You're crazy. You're making me go crazy. To make a bingo card for... I was thinking about that, honestly. Isekai got moved to fall. Yeah. Crunchyroll only, then the whole thing is junk anyways. Yeah, I agree. High Dive has been... Well, I mean, it's still going to cover most all the biggest anime, except it's not going to have Bleach, which... It's crazy not to have Bleach on there. High Dive also is so good this year. Second Uncle isn't finished yet, so it's possible it doesn't get picked. And that's always been the problem. That was one of the biggest concerns that I kept addressing with them and they never really resolved. Is they always want to do the nominations really early from the judges. So we were basically nominating shows like when the fall season just started. We're nominating shows. So it's like how people were basically picking Jujutsu Kaisen based on that first episode, which was an amazing episode. Did the same with Ranking of Kings. Amazing first episode, but what the hell? Yeah, and I think that's what mainly Trash Taste turned into, Grant, is being more about like J vlogging as they call it. Crunchyroll War is always gonna be blah. I know. I'm fully acknowledging it. I want it to be better. Slice of Life is usually mostly watched by the hardcore crowd. Global minus Japan might be more casual, and I agree. That's why I was making a joke that none of these people probably watch Slice of Life. It's the most niche. People don't realize that. I think out of all the genres of anime, especially in the West, mainly in the West, Slice of Life is probably the most niche of the genres. Like Eurocamp, despite the fact of how hard Crunchyroll pushed that show, like they were advertising the hell out of it, it didn't get big numbers. Yeah, I don't like Crunchyroll Wars. They only have their awards. I haven't looked at it yet. My anime of the year is Summertime Rendering. Good pick. Good pick. Like I said, anime of the year is going to be really hard to do. I enjoy romance, even though it's hard to find a woman IRL. I just digress. I agree. And it sucks because a lot of the anime romance is either rom-coms or just like shows with like the perfect waifus. So it doesn't set your expectations properly. Some of them can be anime of the year season for me. Oh, the Slice of Life, yeah, for sure. Like this season, freaking Do It Yourself is so good. Like Do It Yourself is so good, and Bocchi the Rock and Do It Yourself again. Bocchi the Rock and Bocchi the Rock might get anime of the year, depending on how much these judges have caught up on. Like right now, Bocchi is getting really hyped up, and I love it for that. So there's a good chance that Bocchi will end up in Anime of the Year, possibly as a character, best character. But there's no other category for him because these aren't good categories. Maybe drama. I need to watch Next Door Dad. Wasn't huge in the Slice of Life for a long time, but then I moved out on my own and got super stressed at work. Slice of Life has been a wonderful way to relax and distress. Yeah, typically like Slice of Life and like Cute Girls Doing Cute Things and Iyashikei kind of fall in the same category, and they always typically be like they're typically a lot more heartwarming and just watching somebody else. I mean, it's literally just watching somebody else's life and not having to be like ramped up with like action and drama and stuff like that. It usually always works out really well. I think the next stated subgenre is villainous genre with the floodgates opening next year. The Otome game stuff is really, really jumping up. And I think it's just a product of the isekais. It's just a subgenre of the isekais. I don't even know what Maid War is. Last episode was kind of dark. That's why it's kind of... It's just lost its flavor for me. It's like it's almost like it doesn't know what it wants to be. Like early on, it was just kind of absurd back and forth between being violent and not really back and forth. It made Akiba Maid War sort of initially sold itself on just creative and artistic. What's the best way to put this? It did well balancing and putting together the contrast of violent and bubbly. It was perfect. So creative. And then it kind of just decided that it want to keep doing that, but not being very creative with it. And then it sort of has this problem where it keeps trying to push too hard on the violent stuff, and then every now and then going, oh wait, we're funny too, and it's like, no, it's not. It's not really working right now. You just left a really bad scene, and you didn't make it as comical as it should have been. I don't know. It's just kind of just shifted to being strictly Yakuza stuff. Not having a Slice of Life is like not having the best sports category in a Taku Spirit Discord Awards. I forgot. Like, how many sports shows do we have this year? 2? How many sports shows do we have this year? Do we even have enough to fit in a 5? Awashi, the one this season, 2 soccer anime basically. Yeah, I guess encouragement of climb. If you want to call that, I don't consider encouragement of climb a sports show. It's literally just a slice of life. Yeah, Blue Lock, Awashi. Oh yeah, that was the golf one, huh? Golf Girls. There was technically 2 golf girls, but the other one was like just an OVA, like a single episode. So yeah, Bernie Wing, Blue Lock, Awashi. What else? I need 5, and then I'll concede that I'm wrong. And don't say like Yamushi Pedal. Nobody's watching that show. Only Japan watches our Yamushi Pedal. If somebody can say they watched 5 sports shows, yeah, the Courage and Climb's a slice of life. No, it's a slice of life. It's totally not. No, don't say Spike's family because they had one tennis match. Oh man. Is Keijo class as a classified as a sports show? I would go with Keijo, yeah. Slow Loop, no. Slow Loop's drama slice of life. Don't even. You're trying to stretch it. You're all trying to stretch it. You're all trying to stretch it. But yeah, I agree. I'm technically being pretty hypocritical in saying that. We try to have as many different categories as possible. But I'll admit that when we chose the categories for the Discord server, Otaku Spirit Discord server's version of the was that hockey show this year? That was last year, wasn't it? I think that was last year. We try to do as many though as possible, just because we want to make sure that we cover all this stuff. And like I said, it seems like here's my honest opinion. Like I said, I really do feel like sometimes Crunchyroll purposely chooses their categories based on what their site has a large quantity of. And so when they don't, say for instance, if High Dive picks up all the romance shows and there's not much of a selection on Crunchyroll, they're not going to have a romance category. Obviously, we have things like Spike's family and stuff, so they're going to have a romance category. But I guess they had Akiba's Maid War. They have Do It Yourself. Why would they not have Slice of Life? It does not. Again, I think it's because the judges don't watch Slice of Life. They have fantasy cover, which is good. I'm surprised they have romance. They typically don't have romance whenever they feel like they don't have enough romance, which really annoys me because we've had years where they didn't have romance, and there was plenty of good romances out there. Drama's good to have. I don't think we typically have drama, do we? Yeah, we do. I think we do. Comedy's good to have. Action's good to have. So I think the only thing they're really missing here is sci-fi, mystery sci-fi, sports, as people already got onto me for. And yeah, slice of life missing is a huge problem. It seems like a big oof. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't make a music anime category just for Bocchi the Rock. No, that's what's dumb. Like, where was it at? Where is it at? I guess it's not on this page. Oh, yeah. Tell me this category isn't made just for... And this is the other thing they do that annoys the hell out of me. They make categories because of, like, a character or something that they want to make into a thing. They made a whole... Okay, let's put this into perspective. They chose not to have a slice of life category, which could highlight a bunch of really good shows. They chose not to have, for you guys' point, a sports category. They chose not to have an Iyashike category, cute girls doing cute thing category, an ecchi category, a music category. They chose not to have so many possible categories because they wanted to make a must protect at all cost character. They literally made a category for Anya. That's literally the only reason they made that category was for Anya. Who else is going to be in that category? Yes, technically you could put Bocchi in there. You could put some of the characters from Do It Yourself, but they made that just for Anya. And that's the funny thing, and I don't think it's going to be, it's probably not going to be, this is probably going to be a judge, not a judge-based one. I think they stated that. They slip a lot of categories into these lists that the judges don't see. They did that for previous years for, like, it wasn't Best Fight. But there's a lot of these categories the judges aren't involved with. They're literally Crunchyroll made it. So the Crunchyroll staff said, we should have a category for Anya. Dude. If Fran isn't in this list, riot. If Fran is not in this list, riot. I'm not I'm not saying IRL. Just make your voices be heard. I'm not doing a call to action, YouTube. This is strictly hypotheticals. Fran is best cat girl, Dotaru from Reincarnated as a Sword. The YouTube police have found me. Dang it. Yeah, Fran is adorable. Fran is literally the most adorable thing ever. I would play a clip, but I'm on YouTube right now. But no, God dang. That's worse than the comedy thing. Like I was saying earlier, if this is strictly Crunchyroll only, and that causes Isekai Uncle not to be in comedy, this is all hope for this award ceremony is lost. I think that's worse. If Fran, because this is Crunchyroll only, or even if this is not Crunchyroll only, and the judges don't put Fran in that list, they're idiots. Which I don't think will possibly happen, because I know at least, what was it? Was it Mother's Basement, or was it Arcada made a video on Fran? So I know at least one of those two love Fran. I didn't watch it, but based on the thumbnail, it looked like he liked her. So yeah, must protect at all costs. Even though she can kick total butt, but technically it's a sword guy making her super buff, so and he protects her when she loses her hands. Jeez, I didn't think about that. Yeah. But I can't think of anything else. Like, again, Anya is obviously why they made it. If Ron doesn't end up in there, it's terrible. Who else? I guess the girl from Yakuza's Aika. Didn't somebody say Aika earlier? Aika from Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting would be a huge one. What else? Yeah, probably. Bocchi's probably going to end up on there. Boji, yeah. Boji will probably end up on there. Kobane. Kobane, shut up. Shut up about Kobane. Kobane doesn't need protecting, obviously. Fa from RPG Fudasan. Yeah, I guess. I don't think. Let's be, and again, that could be them selecting it. But if this is judger based, they didn't watch RPG Real Estate. Let's be perfectly honest. Himeno. Oh gosh. Y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong. You're sick people. Nago needs use protection. Let's see. Let's do that though. Anime of the year. Let's just do that one. That one's the easiest. It's gonna be how many nominations they typically have? Let me open up a different window so I don't possibly accidentally see a video and they flag me. Anime awards. I'm being very careful on their website because they play videos and stuff, and I don't want to get flagged. especially when I'm talking negatively about them. Don't they have like a past awards? Oh, I forgot to get into it. I guess I'll do it now so I don't forget. I really do hate how they continue. This is another thing that I got really angry at them about. Not really angry. That I kept pressing on them to fix. They have got to stop this multi-day voting system. And I know why they do it. I just hate it. There should be no reason why people are voting every single day. Because what that does, again, is it pushes away everything that's more non-mainstream. And it pushes the weight towards the biggest fandoms. It's literally... this is already a popularity contest. It's already a popularity contest. Let's be sure about that. But that just makes it worse. It even makes it worse. Yes, they basically when they start the votes, it says right here, voting period is from the 19th to the 25th. So every single day, people can vote. And so you have all these people that are, watching the shows like Attack on Titan or Chainsaw Man. They're coming there every day to vote. The people that vote on the more niche titles, they go there once and they vote and they're like, oh, that was fun. I hope see who wins. This encourages people to band together to vote up one show that the fandom pushes. And it doesn't feel like that doesn't feel like a win. That feels like you just have a more passionate fandom over here than this one. It's not who's the best, it's who wastes the most time. That's literally what it is. It's literally who wastes the most time to push their show. I know why they do it. Let's be perfectly clear. We all know why they do it. By getting people to go there every single day, it burns into their head that this is a thing. It's based... I know this is probably going to sound very conspiracy theory here, but this is literally marketing tactics 101. I used to literally sit inside of the marketing room 24/7 at my last job most of the time. Most of the time when I was working, I was having to deal with marketing people. I know how they think. Marketing people know that the more you show somebody something, the more you draw somebody to look at something over and over again, it's psychological. You're burning into their head this is a thing. And the moment that you finally get to that point where you've spent every day voting on a show, you're invested. And you're bringing more people into it because you want to bring more people in to make sure that the thing you're invested in wins. You do that over and over again every single day, and then the moment that the show comes on, you're gonna watch it, and you're gonna make sure everybody around you watches it so that you are then justified for all of your efforts. It's brainwashing. That's what marketing does. Marketing loves brainwashing people, and that's what they're doing. The other side benefit that they love where is it at? Is it how it works? Where is it at? Sorry, silence. I'm looking for it. Essentially, what allows them to do is they get to go and they put on all their marketing stuff 14 million votes. That's on. I'm going to show you there. I know for sure it's on the video on the front page. If you guys go to the home page of the Anime Awards, you'll see on their video it says they like went through each year. 2017 we had this many people vote. 2018, 2017, 28, whatever, and 18, 19, 2020, 2021, we got up to 14 million votes. Doesn't mean 14 million people voted. It just means 14 million people, or 14 million times somebody went to that page and clicked the button. It doesn't give you an idea of how great it is. But yeah, that's literally what they're doing, is they're basically brainwashing you, which I think is stupid. And like I said, it just dilutes the categories. It dilutes the voting process. I have no desire to go vote on the Anime Awards because I know it's just a bunch of people clicking on it every single day or botting. And it's easily bottable. we at least have a live show this year. Possibly. They're supposed to be. I mean, they're spending a lot of money to do it in Japan. I don't know. Maybe they'll do a green screen and act like they're in Japan. The Podcast Award did the same thing, and the 2 years at Community I was a part of, all planned to vote on the same stuff every day, and everyone else got upset. And it's a flawed system. It's through and through a flawed system. I mean, that's even talking about it and stuff is a win for them. All right, bad press is good press. It's always good press. They might not do a show, from what I hear. Might not. I think there's a good chance it might just be pre-recorded. I see what you're saying there. What's up, P? So is it sunk cost fallacy? I think. Politics sounds like right. And they never do about multiple votes over multiple days. Yeah, it's stupid. They'll literally tell you, come back tomorrow and do it again. There will be a live show. I just joined. What did I missed? A lot. They announced John Cabra as his host. Did it? Was it the one that was listed here? Yeah. Is there an anime awards ceremony, even if it's a small one, that you think deserves respect? That's what I was talking about earlier. I think all these other groups, like I think Anime Trending's doing one, r/anime I think does one. I would just love them to do that. Just have a couple people sit in front of a camera and live stream it. Just make a presence that's outside of this. I don't care they're in Japan. It doesn't impress me. Crunchyroll thinks it impresses me. It doesn't impress me if they're in Japan. It makes no difference to me. I think either way, it's still probably gonna be a really cheesy ceremony. But who was Sally Amaki? I want to feel really bad if I don't remember this is. I'm blanking. Oh, she played the Blondie in 22/7. That's about it. Yeah, that's she's a new Seiyu. I'm surprised she hasn't done more since she got that. Oh, I know. Oh, it's so bad. Okay, I know who this is. Is it? No, I might be thinking of something else. Isn't the World Dice Star? Isn't that the Kizuna Ai one? Am I crazy? Oh, P is patches? Okay. Why do you change your name? Why is it? Well, I guess it was you had patches on Twitch. There's a lot of people. Yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to move back over here, because I already have an established audience over here, so I figured it'd be better to be on here rather than people have to deal with Twitch ads too. I hate how bad Twitch ads are getting. The global live stream will be announced additional winners for the following categories: must protect at all costs, character best action drama, best ending sequence, main character, supporting current performance. Like I said, I think that'll probably be a pre-selected by Crunchyroll. Like I said, that typically there's a lot of categories they don't have the judges vote on. Crunchyroll awards will always suck in the end. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think anybody here is defending Crunchyroll awards. It's just fun to talk about how very interesting that it is. She hosted Square Enix event, I think. Don't know. Yeah, she is a very new Seiyu. That's the VA that came from the US? Yes, that's correct. Reading Fire Punch right now. Just started it. Is it getting good? Not all awards shows are inherently stupid. I think the problem it always has with the awards themselves is just, it's always a popularity contest. And that's why I don't really take them too seriously. I mean, it's just like anything else. It's always going to be a popularity contest. There's no way to counter popularity contest unless you have a group of judges that are very informed of all content and you put a weight system in it. Crunchyroll technically has a weight system. They have a 50-50 weight system. So whatever the judges themselves vote for the nominations will be a 50% weight to the overall result, and then the fans vote like crazy, and then they counterbalance it. But that doesn't work if all the judges watch is the shows that the popularity contest is going for. It doesn't change anything. So that's going to always be their problem with Crunchyroll Awards. But yeah, Chainsaw Man's going to be just down the ticket completely. There's a good chance that Attack on Titan will still win Anime of the Year, but Chainsaw is going to win everything else. Really depends on how... because, I mean, it happened last year. Attack on Titan came out of nowhere and took Anime of the Year. Because that one's the one that the most people in the physical world of anime actually watch. That's the one, if you look at Mal, it has 1.5 million viewers. If you look at even Chainsaw Man, there's no 1.5 million users on Chainsaw Man. Of course, a lot of people watching Chainsaw Man that probably aren't on Mal, so take that into consideration. I think Mushoku Tensei Season 2 will be there next year. No. I have zero. After what happened with the first season, I have zero expectations for Mushoku Tensei. Especially as it goes into multiple seasons. Because people will drop off on it. Music segment would be great. There has been enough for that. Honestly, they should choose different people for judges, but they will never do that. Yeah, I mean, I did like the fact that they upped how many judges they had. But at the same time, they had so many judges last year, I doubt any of them watched that many shows. So again, the more judges you have, and the less checking you have on them for watching at least 5 to 10 shows a season, the more it all funnels to those 1 or 2 shows that everybody watched. And thus, there's no point to this. Might as well just check, just go to Mal and check what has the most members, and there you go. There's your Anime of the Year. Congratulations. That was difficult. Who is the judges this year? Is a bunch of journalists, and then Arcada and Mother's Basement. Mother's Basement, Arcada, and then a bunch of mainstream journalists that probably don't watch anything. Can't you stream multi-platform? Have YouTube persona trash your Twitch persona? Both can stand in the rubble persona? What? What? I want to make fun of my own self? 5 to 10 shows a season. That's effing weak. Is that what you said? Yeah, it's like I said, it's pretty much just a bunch of journalists. Yeah, well, shoot. Yeah, well, no, my point that I made on that whole thing is that these are people that Sony can control. I don't think this was... They culled down a lot on who they had. But these are all people that are mainstream journalists, which means they're people that Sony can control. They're probably getting rid of a lot of the risk. Again, I'm not denying this. The reason why I'm not a judge, like I could have been, like this slot right here was for me. They're like, we need 3 per line, and then I was supposed to be like right here, but then I made a bunch of videos that aren't favorable to Sony and Crunchyroll, and so they're like, let's get you out of here. I mean, Arcada could probably make a bunch of stink videos on Crunchyroll, and they wouldn't care because he's got a big enough an audience, but I can't. Yeah, Arcada's still got plenty of views, so they're gonna be like, all right, Arcada, you've been on the stage with us. We still like you, dude. I can't do that. So yeah, there's a good possibility I'm just not on the list because they don't like me no more. I'm not big enough. I made too many negative comments about them. Maybe I slipped something last year. It broke their contract. I don't know. But I think it's more Sony wanted them to cull it down to only people that are attached to companies that they can get at. Which that's why most of these are actually for mainstream companies. Where's Gigic? We're not getting back in a conversation about Gigic and what he watches. I don't think he watches that much. He watches more than a lot of AniTubers, though. Definitely more than anybody on Trash Days. Tamor from GameSpot blasted Sony for tons of things recently, so I'm shocked he's in there. They probably didn't bother to look into them. Rice Against the Machine. Yeah, Gigix never... Gigix probably been offered, and he just probably didn't want to. Probably because he's seen the disclosure that he can't say anything bad, and he's like, screw that. He's one of the smart guys. Gigix one of the smart guys, where when he's seen that clause that you can't say anything negative, he's like, forget that. I get too many views making fun of this stuff. Of course, it didn't stop me from making a reaction video where I laughed about Odd Taxi being in comedy for like, what, 30 minutes straight? What else was I gonna... There was something else in here I was gonna look at. Oh, yeah. So, Attack on Titan. There's a good chance Ranking of Kings will end up on Anime of the Year again. I don't know. Again, that's that whole problem with it being nominated last year after an episode. But there's a good chance Ranking of King will be on there. Attack on Titan. Bocchi the Rock, if the journalists actually watched it. Which possibility because it's getting very popular. For sure, Chainsaw Man. 86 won't be. I doubt 86 would be on there. It could be. Wasn't it in a previous year? No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was in last year's, was it? But again, it like only had 3 episodes. I don't think most people are gonna put in there. Kaguya, no. I don't think Kaguya will be in Anime of the Year. Legalistic Quill. Ooh, again, we're not going based on what we think is the best. Again, you have to think from a mindset of a journalist. What does the journalist see people talking about and goes, crap, I have to watch a show now because they're talking about this show, and now I have to make an article about it. Oh, I can't believe I have to watch another show this season. And they watch it. Legalistic Quill got a lot of popularity, but I don't think mainstream popularity. Yeah, it's a good question. I want to say no. I want to say no. I should make a list. I really need to make a list. Alright, I'm getting the notepad out. Dang, I'm just getting a notepad out. Alright, so Anime of the Year. Like I said, Attack on Titan. Chainsaw Man. And a lot of stuff, if it's not recent, will not get picked. That's the other problem. Yeah, notepad out. I haven't used notepad too much lately. I used to use it a lot for coding. What else did I say? Ranking of Kings, possibly. Now, the problem with Ranking of Kings is that it's not... The problem with Ranking of Kings is it's a lot of things that are early in the year will get forgotten. So there's a good chance... Oh, yeah, Spy X Family. I think Spy X Family will be in the list. I think, personally, I think as much as I do enjoy Spy X Family, I think it's dropped off. But mainstream will love it. Because it's so not anime. Mainstream journals love things that aren't anime. And Spy X Family has gotten very not anime. I don't think Hero Academia will make it. I honestly don't. Hero Academia has not been... Was Hero Academia even in last year's? But I think that technically Hero Academia will probably end up in the category of continuing series. Here's a stupid gray area. Another confession of a past judge. This is the stupidest thing that they have. They have a... Or not that one. Damn it. This is the stupidest thing that they have. Look where you click, Andrew. Best continuing series. Because they don't tell us what it is. And yet, we nominate... And yet, we don't know what goes in here. And you would consider that anything that goes in here isn't allowed elsewhere. But they don't tell us. So we don't know. They don't tell us what kind of gets culled out. There's zero communication when it comes to this crap. And it's so frustrating because literally what you put into there could get snuffed out. I had the same fear when it came to Mushoku. Am I supposed to say part 1, part 2, season 1? How does that work? No communication. Why have that category One Piece anime is still going on? A One Piece, like I said, My Hero Academia might go in here. Shoot, what else? Is Boruto still going? Yeah, I guess Boruto's still going, right? So, like, 3 shows? But like I said, I think My Hero Academia at this point might be in here, because they're at 124 episodes. Yeah, technically anything going there. They don't, that's what I need. They don't say what it is. Exactly my point. They don't say what it is. They don't say what qualifies. Yeah, Mushy Pedal. That's right. Again, nobody watches it in the West. Is the volleyball show still going on? Haikyuu? I don't think this year, right? No, they did have one this year, didn't they? Watch Pedal, damn it. It's literally gonna be, it's just basically a category. Again, this is one of those categories that's made for one show. That's, again, this was made for Spy X Family. This was made for One Piece. They make categories for just a show. And it snuffs out the possibility of doing slice of life for a whole bunch of shows. That's continuously a problem this award system has. But anyways, I see Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Ranking of Kings, Spy X Family. I feel like I'm missing something. Let's go in here. Let's go into Archive, Winter. Oh, I missed something. Yep, Demon Slayer. I forgot Demon Slayer. I don't think it'll win. Again, I think this is going to win. I think this will win every year it's in here. But yeah, that's my 5. That's my 5 prediction. Let me double check. And again, all I have to do is legit. It's so easy. It's so easy. It's all I need to do to know what's going to be in the list. All I got to do is look at these, because these are the only show a lot of these people will watch. Archive, Summer. I don't even think this will be in the list. This for sure will not be in the list. This will not be in the list for sure. This will not be in the list. This got I think even Overlord Season 3, I don't think it was even acknowledged at all in the Anime Awards. And then this season, again, it's going to be Chainsaw Man. I don't think Mob Psycho will get acknowledged. Bleach is definitely not going to get acknowledged. I think even if... I know this is going to hurt a lot of people. I think even if Disney stuff is allowed and Bleach is allowed, the journalist says this will not be in the nominations. Bleach has been gone for way too long. This has an old diehard fandom, but it does not have the current fandom. I know that sucks to hear, but I'm just saying. Again, it all depends on if they can just get the licenses directly from the Japanese company and they're able to broadcast it. That's going to be the telling point there. But again, that's even if they're going to allow it or not. But yeah, that's my picks. Anime, this is my... Because I think it's going to be... It should be 5, right? Or is it 6? I think it's 5. My predictions, Anime of the Year will be Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Spy X Family, and Demon Slayer for sure. There's a possibility that Ranking of Kings will not end up on the list because they'll forget about it. And if they do, I have a feeling Bocchi might end up on the list. So I'm between Ranking of Kings and Bocchi possibly. Because Bocchi is getting a little bit of that, is tugging on... You think Bocchi has no shot? I think it's sort of grabbing the audience right now. And like I said, it's a lot to do with, well, no. Correction. Shoot. If they did nominations at the typical time that the judges typically do, Bocchi will not be in the list. Because Bocchi only recently started grabbing the broader audience. Bocchi's sort of like Licorice Coil, where it took a while before people started talking about it. And then it started grabbing the broader audience and the more mainstream. Bocchi wasn't huge when it first started. I loved it. A lot of people loved it. But I don't think it had the attention of a lot of people. There's a good chance that Bocchi won't end up on the list. And again, it's either between Bocchi, which just got started and hasn't grabbed the mainstream yet, or Ranking of Kings, which has lost. It's been kind of forgotten about because it literally was the beginning of the year. So I'm between those two. Licorice Coil as well. No, I don't think Licorice Coil will be in there. I don't think Licorice Coil is not mainstream enough. I loved it. It's literally going to be in my Anime of the Year possibilities, but this did not have that big of a fandom. I mean, it got super huge later on, but I don't think it got that big. Again, let's take a moment here. Let's remind all the folks who is picking the nominations. IGN writer does not care about Licorice Coil. All right, so sorry, I'm getting really mean right now. Now, original anime, there's a possibility that enough of them won't know what to put in the list that somebody like Arcada and stuff can get Licorice Coil in there. This is an super interesting category if you think about it. Cuz this is one of those categories, and I give Crunchyroll credit for this sucker. I give Crunchyroll a lot of credit for having a best original, because that really narrows down the options, and it really forces, now I don't know if this is a judge-based one, really forces them to pick a very select group. I wish they had an original anime list every single year, because I think that's where the nuggets are at. There's a lot of really, and especially this year. This year was really good for original animes. So what would that be? What would that be? Obviously, Licorice Coil. Like I said, if anything, Licorice Coil could end up in the original list because, again, most of these people aren't going to know what an original anime is, and they're going to fight for figuring out who they're going to put in the list. It's a good possibility that Licorice Coil could slip in there. I think at least Arcada and probably Mother's Basement had watched it. If they didn't, shame on them. What else? Shoot. Is there any in winter? Tribe 9, I think, was one, but nobody watched it. That's it? Just Tribe 9? I think Tribe 9 is literally the only winter show that was original. I passed a lot of original. What the hell are you talking about? What did I miss? No. No. No, Kiba and Bisco and Dress Up Darling are not originals, no. Okay. You're messing me up, Sapanasu. You're trolling me, aren't you? I'm like... No, Bisco is adaptation. Yeah, we're talking about they don't have a source material. Oh, damn. Yeah, what if it's actually not... What if it's actually not originals, but Crunchyroll originals? That would be like a sick burn on Andrew. Oh, yeah, Tokyo 24 War is one. I forgot about that. I don't think anybody watched it again. Was Healer Girl in the... Did I miss... Wasn't Healer Girl spring? Yeah, Crunchyroll originals only. And they give them a list and say, hey, pick one. Here, pick them. No, 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 no. No, no. Not. Shoot. I thought there was a ton of originals this year. No. Not. Oh, this one's technically based off of a song, but I don't think it was classified as an original. Yeah, it's technically based on something. No. Technically Love Live, but I don't think it's gonna get picked. Technically Love Live is it's a mixed media project, but it technically is. Healer Girl, yeah. I don't know how big Healer Girl was, though. I don't think most people know. I don't think the main... I don't think... Again, the judges we're talking about, I don't think any of them know what Healer Girl is. No. Oh, no, they have Fanfare of Adolescence. Fanfare of Adolescence. There we go. Bam! That sucker's winning. And I actually half joking that. I don't even think it... Okay, there's a certain group that likes things like this because it's pushing more boy romance. I don't know. I don't even think it picked up on that audience. Like the Yuri on Ice crew, the people that wanted this to say something, like a statement to anime. I don't think that... It didn't have much yaoi in it, did it? I don't even think it tried to even... I don't even think it was yaoi bait, was it? I only watched like 3 episodes of it. Was it super yaoi bait? Because I know there's a group of people that love that stuff. Like, they will die on a heel to push it. It didn't? Okay. Like Yuri on Ice. Like, Yuri on Ice got super huge. And a big portion of that was people wanted it to say a statement to anime. Which, yeah, you can say it did. A lot of people listened to it. But again, I think it was just baiting like everything else. And it bugs me that people see something's in there, but it's technically not there. Which, I mean, let's see. Is that it? It was not Yuri on Ice by a long... Oh, yeah, for sure. I dropped this. I watched Yuri on Ice. I watched Yuri on Ice all the way through it, and I enjoyed it, but it's not. Yeah, Fanfare was nowhere near it. Gosh, Yuri on Ice had banging music. Like, banging music. I felt like the animation got super repetitive, but it was super good in that regard. I was also looking forward to Fina by the makers of Samurai Champloo, but Crunchyroll the heck out of it. Complete garbage. Fina should have been 2 cores. That's literally all I have to say. Fina Pirate Princess, I think, was going to be 2 cores. Because what happens at the end of Fina Pirate Princess, it suddenly just jumps the shark and says, by the way, make a decision that you are not prepared to make. Like, literally the ending is saying, hey, Fina, everything that should have developed you to make this decision, which was going to be in the 2nd core, we can't do that anymore, so make a decision. She had no opportunity to form an opinion. And if they jumped straight to saying make a decision. That's why the ending of Fina Pirate Princess sucked so bad. I loved it up until that point. But it literally cut her point of build. Like, we got to the point where she suddenly started to need... We got to the point where Fina started to form her own opinions. She broke out of the rut that she was in, and she was a blank canvas. Fina was a blank canvas, ready to absorb anything she sets her eyes on. And then they go, ending. Let's get to the ending. Let's go to the ending. And now she's standing there with a blank canvas, and they're saying, based on that blank canvas, make a decision. How? Like, how? Like, literally how? Oh, but there was a cute little dance scene. There we go. Anyways, sorry. Fina was a Pirate Princess anime, yes. Yes. Anyways, sorry. Rant done. Okay, is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. I think that was it for this one. Shoot, was it? I know there's a ton of freaking originals this year. Where are they all at? Yeah, look at the sequel. We got that already. Oh my gosh. What if Rent a Girlfriend season 2 ends up in the freaking anime of the year contender? Dude, I will, like, I'm gonna live stream the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. If if Rent a Girlfriend season 2 ends up in the anime at any list, I'm shutting off the stream. Like, I just shut off the stream. Anyways, anyone else? I guess technically Engage Kiss, even though it's a multimedia project as well. Good chance to be there because it's on Crunchyroll. And Crunchyroll was pushing it like crazy. Technically Ruby, no. No, it's based on the source material pretty early on. It goes original, but it's still based off of source material. Let's see what else. More Love Live. Prima Doll, technically, yes. Probably won't in on there, though. Prima Doll. Our Satori ends up on anything, I'm screaming, too. Vermilion Gold's based off of a manga, I think, or a light novel. Now I really want Rag to win an award. No, actually, I correct myself. I want Rent to Girlfriend to win everything. That way, everybody just loses all hope for this entire award system. Troll vote the hell out of it. Prima Doll became a visual novel. It started as an anime. Love Life Superstar was original, yeah. Oh, the other one. What was the other one? Was it Nijikasaki's 2? Are you still watching Biscuit Hammer? Does it get good? No, I dropped off it during the transition of the seasons. I'm probably just gonna read the manga. Yurei Deco. Oh my gosh, Yurei Deco's so gonna end up on the list. So gonna end up on the list. It's artsy fartsy. Even journalists love that crap. They eat it up. Shine Post is not going to end up on the list. I'm sorry, Shine Post. I need to get back to you and watch you, but you're not going to get on the list at all. You ain't no hope for you. And in this season, we have what? Do It Yourself. Witch of Mercury, which probably not going to happen either. Renai Flops, not going to happen. And Sidanshi. Oh, this should totally be on there, but it's not going to win. Dummy Head will not end up on the list as much as I want it. So Do It Yourself and what else? Do It Yourself and shoot. I should have. Oh yeah, Mercury. Dude, Witch of Mercury should so be on the list, and it's probably not gonna happen. Akiba Maid. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't think it's gonna. It's got enough legs. Is Blue Period original? No. Bestie Sekai Rents a Girlfriend. I would love if it turned into an Isekai and he's get hit by a truck and it just ends. Vampire in the Garden, that's true, and it could happen. I'm selling the Seven Seas when it comes to anime, but what will be aired on High Dive next season? Tons. I'm not gonna list them all. I know the Isekai's dog one is gonna be on High Dive, but it will probably be censored. Anyway, so we have pretty much the prospects is like Liquidation Coil, Tokyo's 24th Ward, Love Live, Healer Girl, Engaged Kiss, Prima Doll, Yuri Deco, Do It Yourself, Witch from Mercury, and Ikiba Maid War. I'm going to guess probably for the nominations will be Liquidation Coil. I think has a good chance of being there. I don't even, and this is sad because I don't even think, even though this is an original, they're not going to see it as an original. I hope that if Witch from Mercury is not in the original section, that's like massive stupid. Like massive stupid happened. like somebody missed something. But again, that goes in that realm of I don't think a lot of these people watch any of this stuff. So most of the big shonens that they know what it is going to be in there. But I hope Do It Yourself makes in that category. Shoot. I think this is the toughest one. Like, I literally think this is the toughest category to figure out. I'm thinking Liquidity Coil, hopefully Witch from Mercury, Engage Kiss, Do It Yourself, and Yuri Deco. Yes, Gundam is original. It's classified. It's not the original. It's not the original. But yeah, it is original. I think it might be late. I think it might have come on too late to be in there. Well, I mean, that didn't stop Ranking of Kings, Jujutsu Kaisen, and it's not going to stop Chainsaw Man. As long as that... Here's the main thing. By the time... Again, if they go based on how they have done in the past, by the time nominations have begun, Gundam Witch from Mercury had a prelude, which was basically a movie, and maybe one episode. So it's got those two things to hype it up for a nomination. I figured you're being sarcastic. I'm just helping for people that hear me say that, and then I try to... Sometimes I react to people's comments, and I try to clarify in case somebody hears just that, and they don't know what the person said. I have a habit of it. I'm sorry. I'm not beating up on you. Healer Girl deserves to be on there. I think so too, but I don't think it, again, had enough attention. The big boom boom ones are going to get the attention. Look at a Coil, Engage Kiss, Witch from Mercury. Now, there's a good chance that Healer Girl ends up on there and not Do It Yourself. Yeah, I'm doing that. I think Healer Girl might have more of a darling sense to it than Do It Yourself. But again, it depends on how they. Yeah, I'm putting Healer Girl instead of Do It Yourself. I don't think any of them are watching Do It Yourself. We are judging a winter anime and announce on March the result. Pretty much. Exactly. Pretty much. That's exactly it. All right, so I'm sticking with that. I'm gonna stick with Liquidity Coil, Witch from Mercury, Engage Kiss, Healer Girl, and Yuri Deco. It's gonna be a very different. Again, I think this is the best originals is gonna be basically a lot of the judges are not gonna pick anything, and so like this is where Arcada and Mother's Basement is gonna fill out the list. Like literally all the other judges' lists are gonna be empty. And then you have Arcada and Mother's Basement's like, oh crap, let's help him out here. Kyle was watching Do It Yourself. She mentioned it on her stream. Oh, good. At least we have one person that will put it on there. Odd Taxi in the Wood was this year. Woof. Don't remind me. Do you think Overlord will be in their continuing list? That's a good question. Again, we don't know. Like, we legit have zero clue what that is. Crunchyroll didn't even tell us what that is. Actually, the judges didn't select anything that... The judges have nothing to do with the continuing series. That's one that Crunchyroll selects and they put up for vote. We have no clue. But again, the issue is that since we didn't know as the judges, we didn't know what was being disqualified that we nominate that was already in the continuing series. I'm actually stuck on who might be the best director. It will probably be Chainsaw. It will, yeah. Anything that Chainsaw Man can be in, it will be in. There will be non-Japanese source category in the future. Will there be a non-Japanese source category? You have to clarify that. Yeah, Edis's chapter OVA. That was this year, wasn't it? And it ain't gonna get no attention. Alright, what else? Character designs, I'm not gonna do that. That's way too much pain. It's just gonna be, like, darlings in there as well. Probably Chainsaw Man, Attack on Titan. It's gonna be all that crap. Animation, this one's gonna be super easy, probably. It's basically the best anime of the year list. Let's just take the anime of the year list and just put it there. It's gonna be Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, Attack on Titan, Boat to the Rock probably at that point. I don't think you can deny that. Spy X Family will probably be in there too. I think that's just gonna be Attack on the anime of the year list too. The winner will be Attack on Titan, no doubt. I don't know. No, okay, here's the problem. What won animation last year? Demon Slayer. Mugen Train. The Mugen Train arc. Non-Japanese source. Okay, I get what you're saying. Things that's not made in Japan. Yeah, it's just your nominations are High Guardian Spice. But no, Demon Slayer Mugen Train won Best Animation, and it was literally a broken up movie. It was, yes, Earthly. It infuriated me. That should not have been in the list. That was literally... I'm gonna calm myself down. Hold on, I don't want to get too mad. I live streamed to Vent. Have you guys noticed? I live streamed the Vent. Demon Slayer Mugen Train being a nomination in Best Animation is a spit in the face to every hardworking studio animator who works on a week-to-week basis and put their work out there only to have it put in some awards ceremony by Crunchyroll and whoever dumb idiot that was nominating it to get snuffed out by literally a studio taking a movie and cutting it into segments. Basically, what won Best Animation was one guy sitting at a computer cutting up a movie into multiple episodes and pressing publish. That's who won Best Animation. Was that one guy that split up a movie into multiple episodes. Congratulations, Ufotable. You won Best Animation over all the hardworking people that spent 13 weeks trying to make an animation. Sorry. Rant over. Chat gets on here just to wind me up. It's good. I like it. It's free content for me. It's free content, right? I like it. I don't take it as you getting mad. Passion is, it's always passion. I don't, like, shoot, how long ago was it? Oh my gosh, I'm old. Like 10 years ago at least, I had this moment where I was getting a ton of eye migraines. And it was because the job that I was in at the time was stressing me out a little bit. And obviously my eye doctor was like, oh yeah, they're eye migraines. It's one of those ones where you don't want to tell them what you think it is. But then you eventually kind of just say, I think it's eye migraines. Like, oh yeah, it's totally eye migraines. But it was caused by stress. So I had to, I chose at some point in my life to just stop stressing. Because I was getting eye migraines a ton. And eye migraines suck. Because First, you kind of start having an issue with focus because you have like this little star in the middle of your vision and it spreads around in a circle. And then as soon as it's done being a sparkly circle, which is kind of annoying because you can't read text because it's like right in the dead center of your focus. Once it goes away, you're like, oh yay, it's gone. Then suddenly, pounding headache comes after it. It's like the moment I see the sparkles, like take some aspirin because you're gonna need it. But yeah, I chose at that point to stop stressing, and I've been trying to I've forced myself not to stress as much as I've gone through two very stressful situations. Still going through one, I try not to focus on any of it because it doesn't help. It doesn't help. That's why I want anime. I love anime because it keeps me away from it. Yeah, Footable, Footable, congrats. UFO table. I'm sorry, UFO table. Ooh, football. Footable's not going back to Fate. They're done with Fate. I really want them to do a Fate route. They need to do the Fate route so bad. Just make a movie of it. Just like Heaven's Feel. Sucks. On Netflix, there is Lookism, which is based on a Korean webcomic. And next year, we'll have Korean comic adaptation. Yeah, Netflix is kind of pushing similar to Disney, where they want to get in a lot of that East Asia stuff. And Korean is a really big part of that. Andrew, I just watched the rebuilds recently. Do you talk about them in any podcast? Yeah. I know I did a video on the last one, and I got massive downvotes because everybody did not like me talking negatively about it at all. But yeah, I think we've done a podcast on each one of them. I don't remember if Chris joined me for the last one though. We are culture people here. We like hate rants. I enjoy Demon Slayer, sure, but it's not as good as people make it out to be. I enjoyed season 1. Season 1 was good. I no joke. This is not me being jokey. I really love season 1. Mugen Train was all right. It was fun. Pretty good ending. Season 2 wasn't good. Like season 2 wasn't good. For me. The first segment of it was super boring. And the last part of it was cool action. Like animation, yeah. Yeah. Season 2, the last segment was super good animation. Great fight scenes. But it wasn't fun. Like overall, it was not a good show. Like I was just kind of wanting something to happen for the longest time. Yo, I'm excited for Fate Fake Strange. Fate Strange Fake. Yes. You know the news, right? You know it's delayed. I hope you know it's delayed. If you don't know that it's delayed, then I'm sorry to inform you. We don't even have a date for it yet, which sucks. Best MC should go to one that's progressed the most, like Bochi. They nominate way too early for that to happen. The problem that comes with best character and stuff like that, it always comes down to just like shonen protagonists or waifus. And that's unfortunate. And I mean, I have the same problem when me and Chris do our picks of the year. It's very hard to struggle between the waifu characters and the best rote characters. Like, for instance, I'm blanking on the name and I feel so bad right now for it. The Raven Consort. Raven in the Inner Palace. The Raven Consort. Super good character. Will she end up on the list? No. It will end up being waifu characters. And which, like, Marin is great. Marin has great character, too. Like, I really love her as a character. Yes, and she's also eye candy. But then you have characters like, yes, Raven Consort, Bochi, that will just kind of be left in the dust. It will go to Anya. It'll go to Yor. It'll go to Makima. It's going to go to... And there's nothing against Makima. Nothing against Denji. It's going to go to those characters. It's going to go to the big shonen characters that from action shows, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Anyways, new series, best new series. What a weird category. So Chainsaw Man, Ranking of Kings, Spy X Family. So Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer can't be in it. Attack on Titan, yeah, Yor, for her the 2 seconds he's in that series, she will be on the list. It's always those shonen shows that almost getting almost everything. Yeah, like I said, it's popularity contest, and these journalists only check out that stuff because it's the only thing they have to cover. You got to consider, and again, this is nothing against these people. It's just their job. It's their job to do this. Somebody like here, writer, IGN France, and again, and Anime News Network apparently. If your job is to get clicks and come to Anime News Network or come to IGN France, Damien here is going to talk about something that gets clicks. He's not going to talk about... I'm gonna think of a really good example. Let's see. He's not going to talk about this show. If he is like, hey, I get paid for clicks. A journalist gets paid per click. If he gets paid for clicks, and he looks at this, and he sees that the only people that are watching this is 6,000 users versus better example, the best example, versus Attack on Titan that has 125,000, and this is completed on any list. There's a 1.5 million on my name list. That gets the clicks. Talking about this, watching it, covering it gets the clicks. This show doesn't. So thus he's not going to see all this other stuff. Yeah, I would love Nezuko to be on the list, but again, we're of the assumption that they're not going to have anything non-Crunchyroll in there. Wish Nova's Alchemist was not that. It's a good show. I enjoy the show. I think it's good. It's had some slumping parts, but it was a fun show. In fairness, though, that doesn't mean he doesn't watch a ton of things, though. It just means he talks about the things he gives the clips. Yeah. But again, my whole point is that, and to his credit, again, I have nothing against this person. It's more likely that he doesn't have time to watch everything because his job isn't to watch everything. And again, I'm being brutally fair here. I don't expect any of these people to watch 120 plus shows a year. The anime industry is way too oversaturated. And they're probably working as hard. They're all probably working as hard as they can to focus on the important stuff. And yes, there's a lot of bloat that doesn't need to be covered in anime. I fully acknowledge that. Nezuko and best character would be great. Or just Call of the Night in best new show would be great too. But now that's a really weird category to have, though. Best new shows is basically going to be mostly this, but without Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer. Still, the original Hitori Bochi won against Nezuko for best seasonal girl. I have no doubt. Sadly, and I don't know if Reddit is majority like North American and stuff users. A lot of people didn't watch Call of Night because it wasn't on Crunchyroll. And that's one of the reasons why I don't see Crunchyroll being that bothered by having only Crunchyroll titles on their awards ceremony. Because they can easily distract people by the idea that, yes, technically Crunchyroll had all the biggest titles of the year. And again, as much as I love Your Boy Kongmin, as much as I love Call of the Night, as much as I love Made in the Abyss second season, as much as I love, Reincarnated as a Sword, all the biggest watch titles that most people watch, if it's not on Crunchyroll, it doesn't exist. Am I talking about a different Nezuko? Am I talking about a different Nezuko? The important stuff is not always the mainstream stuff. Right. I agree. That's literally what I've focused on most of my anime career. I love Call of Night. The series has such good amazing atmosphere. Visuals, music, everything was super spot on. Like I said, Call of the Night is a culmination of everything working perfectly in sync. Style, color, mood, writing, music, atmosphere, it all works perfectly in tangent. They did such a good job of that. Style, oh my gosh. It was so good. Again, another one that's going to be fighting for my very small list of anime of the year. Oh, the Demon Slayer. Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking Nazuna for some reason. I thought you were saying Nazuna. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes. Nezuko's great. I love Nezuko. Best girl in a box. We call her best girl in a box. That's why I got confused. You forgot to say, oh, I'm sorry, best girl in a box. I mean best girl in a box. Or what was it? Best Uber? Like best was it best Uber in a box or something like that? I forget what the joke was. We had a lot of jokes around her. Side note, did you end up getting the Mushoku Tensei Part 1 limited edition Blu-ray? I almost forgot about that. I almost forgot about that. You gonna get me ranting about that? Crunchyroll. Blame Don Pachi for reminding me. Where the hell is it? There it is. Oops, sorry. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to Crunchyroll. Yep. Okay. All right. So, the story about Mushoku Tensei JavaScript Incarnation Blu-ray. So, let's start from the beginning. First, Crunchyroll Funimation decided to wait, 2 years to release part 1? And then they finally put it up there. I bought it. And then it released on the 2nd of December. On the 3rd of December, I received a shipment notice. Specifically, I received your label has been printed notice. So the tracking number, all it says is awaiting package. A label's printed. I think it took until it took until Wednesday the 7th before I contacted them and said, hey, where's the package? Like, are you sending it? You printed the label, send it. They said, please wait 3 to 4 more days. We have a lot of holiday orders going through. And I said, that's funny. I ordered 2 months ago. Why is my package having issues leaving your facility for orders that were placed on Black Friday is what they were pretty much mentioning. Oh, we're sorry. It looks like it's being sent. I'm like, okay, yeah, thanks for waiting until the tracking said it finally sent to go, oh, well, look, it's okay. It's coming to you. As of the 12th of December, it just arrived at a facility like 4 hours out from here. And nothing updated since then. So we're literally almost 2 weeks into it being shipping. Like we're just a couple days from literally it taking 2 weeks to get here. Never, ever will I ever suggest to ever pre-order anything from Crunchyroll specifically. And that's what sucks, is I should have ordered it through Right Stuff, because then at least it would come from Right Stuff, which I have still some respect for until Crunchyroll destroys them. I think because it came out of Texas, that means that it was from the Funimation facilities. And my biggest fear that I have now is that when it finally arrives, it's going to be in a padded envelope. And if I get it in a padded envelope, I'm gonna lose it, because I know it's gonna be destroyed. If it comes here and there's a dent, a fragment of a scratch on that thing, I'm gonna lose it. So expect a very fun unboxing video when that finally comes in, probably next Tuesday or something. It's crazy. Which I understand that it's December. It's the biggest shipping time ever, but damn. I could have walked down there and picked it up, and the time it took. Yeah, like literally everybody has gotten their copy, but nobody ordered from Crunchyroll. So the only reason I bought it from Crunchyroll is because it was free shipping, and it was like partially on sale. It was like $60, and it was free shipping. So I didn't want to deal with Right Stuff shipping costs. I literally think most people can buy it right now and get it before I get it. That's how bad it's gotten. I have no doubt if you ordered it right now, you'll probably get it before me. I would not buy that on Amazon. Amazon would destroy that thing. But at least I'm happy knowing that it's going to be, thankfully, the Blu-ray masters from Japan. Way to shove it in my face, Wib. By the way, for those who don't know, these two beauties right here are from Web Gaming. So hearts in the chat for Web Gaming, because you guys get to see this every time I stream and make videos. So no, you're not late. Late is Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation Part 1. That's late. What else? And what's even better, what is even better, is not only did Web Gaming give me these two beautiful Roxys up here, but he also was kind enough to take the horrendous thing that is Snafu off of my hands. That was another great thing that came from it. It was supposed to be a gift from me to him, but it kind of turned out to be a gift to myself at the same time, because I'm just going to burn it anyways. Still waiting on my artist print. Oof. Don't worry, you'll get part 1 when part 2 comes out on DVD. No joke. Yeah, so I'm thinking probably what? Shoot, that took literally 2 years. So I'm guessing February 2024. I think that's when part 2 will come out. February 2024, I think, is part 2. It's Blu-ray, DVD, and sub free songs. Nice. But I still want the whole season in one set, not parts. Yeah, that's the thing they did with it, is they made basically one box that has a slot for part 2 to go inside of. They're doing that whole thing. So you get part 1. It's a chipboard that has just one Blu-ray in there, and then you put the other one in with it. That's why the box set has artwork or key art from the second part. Is that it's meant to go in one box. So if you buy this now, you don't have to worry about buying a limited edition later. They might still do that. That'd be great. That'd be great if they do a limited edition part 2 as well. But I think that's the idea they're going with, is you put it all in one box. Now he'll get part 1 when part 2 and season 2 airs in Japan. Stop. I'm enjoying you all laughing at my expense. I guess my 10-minute rant about my shipping process did not deter you all from being mean to me. It was pre-ordered in October for December. The pre-order for part 2 will be up probably January, February, and come out April, May. I don't think so. Like I said, it took literally 2 years to get part 1. It should be another 2 years to get part 2. we have to keep to the standards here. Come on. Work with me here. I got them all in Japanese Blu-ray, so I'm sticking with those. Nice. Yeah, I think you mentioned that. I was a little bit disappointed to see they didn't have English subtitles, but I didn't really expect that either. Yeah, it intentionally has key art for season part 2 in there. So what is the gap for web? Did they just put like a cardboard insert in there that had the art cards in it like they typically do? Yeah, this will be archived unless something strikes me. In case Crunchyroll strikes me for having their logo on my stream because I'm talking negative about them, which I wouldn't put past them. Or maybe one of these judges has their companies come after me for using their image on here. Maybe NASA's logo. I still don't know why they include DVD copies with them. 2 reasons. 1, they're dirt cheap. DVDs are super dirt cheap. You can sneeze a copy really easily. Like for pennies. Literally fractions of a penny to make a DVD. 2, there's still a lot of people in a lot of regions as well that they only have DVD players. So, that's why. It also, 3, more marketing stuff here. Gosh, you guys like me in my marketing talk, don't you? 3, it gives a perception of value. So 1, it's dirt cheap. It costs a fraction of a penny to make them. 2, some people still only have DVD players. And 3, perception of value. You see Blu-ray /DVD and you think, my gosh, there's a lot of stuff in here. You open it up and it looks like there's more content. But in actuality, it's not much content. Yeah, DVD players are still cheaper than Blu-ray players, yeah, for sure. And it costs them nothing. Technically, being that Sony's a part of Crunchyroll Funimation, it shouldn't cost them much. But Blu-ray licensing itself costs a lot of money. Sony should allow them to get quite a cut from that because technically Sony is a part of the Blu-ray committee thing. But they do get they're basically paying themselves for doing Blu-rays. That's kind of one of the reasons why I think that they will continue to do Blu-ray releases from Crunchyroll and Funimation is because it's just cheap for them to do it because they own the license for Blu-ray, or at least they're partial owners for it. Did you order limited edition or the normal Blu-rays? Limited edition. I used my Xbox and PS for the Blu-ray player. I think most people did. I think that was one of the reasons why PS3 was decently sold once it finally went cheaper. Was that reason. My Xbox is old. It hardly works. It's a old 360. Was 360 no, 360 wasn't Blu-ray, was it? Wasn't it until Xbox One when they went Blu-ray? Or was Xbox 360 Blu-ray? No, it was Blu-ray, wasn't it? Damn, I don't remember. I know they did the whole. I know that Xbox was trying to do the UHD stuff. HD DVD, I'm sorry. Yeah, 360 was the one that sold the HD DVD version player with it, and it did not beat. It did not, because it was a separate player, it couldn't compete, which was dumb, but yeah. The other one, Genghis. HD DVD, yes. And what was it? And that was the same case with HD DVD as well, right? Because HD DVD did not take off with a certain industry, but Blu-ray did. It won. Like everything in history is decided by a certain industry selling them on or not. You gotta check the category list of Crunchyroll Anime Awards. It's a mess. Yeah, I was going through it, doing my picks for it, and then I got sidetracked. A certain adult industry, yes. Sorry, I didn't want to cough in the mic and I had to click the button. What else? Yeah, the new series is gonna be really weird. I thought because Blu-ray could hold more data. That could be why they picked it, but yeah, essentially, like, from what I understood, HD DVD was actually a better quality. It's just, it kind of won out in the Blu-ray scheme. Yeah, I don't know what the capacity was on the HD DVDs. I thought it was 50. So it wasn't that much difference. Every technology is driven by the adult industry, yes. That was a prawn. You have to say prawn. Or steer around exactly what you're talking about by saying things like Code Geassing a table. Next action. That one's another easy one because that is going to be Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer. Is that like literally the anime of the year list again? Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Ranking of Kings, Spy X Family, Demon Slayer. Yes, bingo. Made it already. That was easy. I'm Evangelion. What? It's entertainment of the what was it the more I think I usually just use the term spicier, the spicier world of mankind. New anime series is just copying the anime trending did last year. I could see that. Off-brand anime. Comedy. What is... That's a good question mark, is comedy. Yeah, like I said, I think directing is just going to be basically, they're going to go through the list of best anime of all of the year, and they're going to just grab the directors. Best film, I have no clue. Don't even ask me. Best main character is going to be like, it's going to be Eren Yeager. It's going to be Denji. It's going to be Boji. God, I almost forgot his name. No Hot Taxi. Okay, Web Gaming, you missed the conversation earlier. I have said very clearly, again, going on our speculation that this will probably be nothing but Crunchyroll. The biggest WTF moment's going to be if Isekai Uncle is not in this list. If Isekai Uncle is not in comedy, shut the Anime Awards down. Like, literally, shut it down. Best movie nomination. Oh my gosh. Yes, Odd Taxi in the Woods will be best film. I'm going to throw something. We were also earlier talking about if Fran's not in Must Protect at All Costs, which again, probably will not be because it's not Crunchyroll. Somebody's going to... I'm going to be mad. I'll just say I'm not going to call it violence. I'm going to be mad. Yeah, Sega obsessed OG-san. Literally, like, I think Isekai Uncle's the only show this year that literally has me laughing so loud, like gut laughs every episode. Which, by the way, I need to watch this week's episode. Eden's gonna be in the Must Protect list, calling it now. Isekai Uncle better be in there. I'm gonna uber mad. Like, what else do we have? Like, no, not to be announced. Like, yeah, I guess Kaguya-sama Love is War for sure is gonna be in there. So yeah, let me do that real quickly. Comedy. Yeah, you all got me talking about comedy. Kaguya-sama's gotta be in there. What else do mainstream journalists... And again, we're specifically to remind those that are just popping in here, you have to remember, we're thinking... Think like a journalist. Think like a mainstream journalist. Reborn as a hot girl? What? What are we talking about? Oh, you mean the In Another World with My Bladder? I didn't know that it was considered a hot girl. Reborn as Beauty is 100% there because mainstream. Reborn as a Beauty. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, okay. Shoot. Yeah, Fantasy Basojo. That could. Was it that popular? I don't think I don't think mainstream journalists are like, they see that, they're like, what is this? No, I can't go with you on that one. I'm sorry. You can't, no. No, I can't go with you on that. Spy X Family is going to be in the list. No, I don't even think it picked up on the representation crowd either. I can't go with you on that web gaming. Unless you can cite me a bunch of articles that say it's doing something. I don't think I've seen anything from that one. I can almost, oh, you think a couple of cuckoos will be on there? No, I don't think the journalists will pick it, but I always have like a feeling that Crunchyroll, there. Wait, King, wait, King. Doing the anime judging as long as I have, there have been times where you get almost a feeling, you get almost a sense, your spidey tingling senses start going off, that Crunchyroll inserts stuff they want to insert. Maybe it's because the judges didn't nominate a 5 total. Couple of Cuckoos was like, that was Crunchyroll's baby, even though it wasn't that good. But they were pushing it. Crunchyroll was pushing it hard because I think they were on the committee for it, weren't they? I could totally see them pushing Cuckoos on there. Cuckoos. Couple of Cuckoos. The Spandrew senses. That sounds weird. I swear to Kami, if Summertime Rendering is not mystery or something. Is there a mystery? There's not a mystery list, is there? There's no mystery list. What are you talking about? But no, it's not going to be on any of these lists. None of those journalists watched that show. It has some good girls. Yes, Don. Yes. Cuckoos has good girls. It's just boring writing. The writer's terrible. Anime Trending already announced the anime movie of the year 2022 nominations: Belle, Bubble, Jujutsu Kaisen, Sword Art Online, Progressive, Fate Ghost, Solomon, and Revy Starlight. Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen's gonna win it, no doubt. I don't think any of the rest of it has a chance. Progressive was last year. Well, are they going for like Western releases or something? Drama, whatever. No, not a chance, dude. Web gaming, you have a lot more hope in these judges than I do. Did you see the judge list? Let me remind you. You might not have seen this yet. These are your judges. Nothing against, again, nothing. I have no. These are all perfectly great people, but they're journalists, and I'm sure most of them don't watch that many shows, and I don't expect them to watch a lot of shows. They're paid to have their finger on the pulse. Besides Arcada and Mother's Basement. Besides Arcada and Mother's Basement, I have no clue who anybody else is. It was Tiamat. I think I recognize that one. Okay. He's a content creator. I think I might have seen something by them. I don't know. Oh, it's Italian stuff. Maybe I don't know who that is. Hope was gone once he said basement. Hope is lost. No judge expected. Vice do hate anime. What is somebody from Vice in there? Did I miss the person? Somebody from Vice in here? Wait, wait, wait. Mo- oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't. I can't. I gotta. I don't even know what to say. I again, I don't know who this person is. I am not making a comment about this person. I'm making a comment about this. Crunchyroll, if you're listening right now, Crunchyroll, if you're listening right now, you have a judge on your panel from a company that has been banned from Japan for making a video criticizing the anime industry as a whole, specifically manga, on a subject that I have honestly no comment to make on, and I'm not justifying in any way, but they're literally they're banned from Japan. That's how much Japan hates them. And now you're gonna literally walk in their... I don't know. Yeah, it's like one of those things. Vice, for those that don't know, Vice made a video where they essentially had this lady go to Japan, and she goes to a convention, and she sees all of this. There's a lot of chests and stuff on this wall. That's a lot of naughty stuff on the wall. Oh, where's my pearls to clutch? She literally goes there and gets offended by every anime girl on the wall. And then she proceeds to go around and find like the most disgusting and very inappropriate manga possible, specifically depicting more younger individuals, which I don't care. And then she proceeds to go into a place and film, which is illegal. And yeah, criticize pretty much Japan as a whole for being pro... Gosh, YouTube. I hate being on YouTube sometimes. Underage stuff. And that's that didn't look good to Japan. Basically, somebody from Vice coming over there and basically calling them a bunch of... people for short people. Short individual people. And so, yeah, they got their video and everything got banned over there. And they're not too happy with them. So it's kind of funny that Crunchyroll is now basically going, hey, what's up, Clements? If I pronounced that right, I apologize if I didn't. Yeah. Whoever pointed that out, thank you, because now I have something else to rant about later on. I will not let that one go. Did I miss anything else? Like, is there anything else here? Ramen para dos, whatever that is. Anamia, don't know. Anime lover, historian, connoisseur, YouTube host, devourer of anime. Does he say how much he watches? Okay, and nothing about what he actually watches. Anime News Network. This is kind of bad too, but we'll keep moving. I know Web Gaming will love that one. I know me and Web Gaming have a lot of fun conversations about what gets published on Anime News Network. Journalist, writer, editor-in-chief, Honey's Anime. Interesting name. Again, let's recognize hey, Web Gaming, in case you didn't see this part, Top YouTube anime critic. Moving on. Kotaku USA. Yeah, Kotaku. There's another good one. There's another good one because Kotaku hasn't had enough spicy anime articles. Gizmodo. I have zero. A writer and editor, 8 years, lifelong fan of anime since Sailor Moon on Fox Kids. James, that makes me feel like I'm I'm listening to the podcast for I didn't want to do this going through each person because I feel bad. It reminds me of like listening to the IGN anime podcast where they were like, "Oh yes, we're like big anime fans, so let's talk about Sailor Moon again." Oh, that was such a fun time. I legit miss the IGN anime club. It was so fun listening to them. It was so freaking fun. Because they wanted to sound like they love anime, but every 2 seconds they get caught sounding like they hate it. He might get Gundam in, that's true. He's an old schoolie. It's hard to turn hyperventilation about Mobile Suit Gundam into a viable career. This dude, I want to talk. Okay, this is the first one I actually want to sit down and talk to. This person sounds like they legit. Now, I don't think they watch that doesn't mean they watch a lot of show, but this is like legit somebody I want to talk to. All right, James Whitbrook, you won me over. We got one good judge. There's a good chance that we might get some Gundam in an anime awards for once. Of course, I think there hasn't been a Gundam since, well, there was Iron Blood Orphans, and I don't think it got anything. I'm hating this judge list more and more. Vice ain't in basement. What's next? Did I miss something else? He's a strange specimen. It's on their YouTube channel. Well, the last time I searched for a YouTube channel, it didn't have anything. Who was it? That was that one guy that I searched. It was like Mal's something, and he wasn't even in YouTube. James might be a Gundam bro. I want to talk to him about Gunpla. But love their streamings of Jashin Killing Bites and Happy Sugar Life. Nice. Oh yeah, that was right. Jashin Chop Dropkick. Was it Dash that was on Amazon? It was like out of nowhere. Jashin Chop's like on 3 different platforms. Iron Blooded Orphans started out great, but dropped at the plot. No, Don, no. Don't say negative things about Iron Blooded Orphans. You're breaking my heart. They're adding the Australian minister who's banning anime. B2, it like posted you 1,000,000 times. I don't know if you meant to do that, but that's okay. Just don't do it anymore. Can someone please help me? I'm searching skip beat books, but not black and white. I want the colored ones. Can you help me? New apps and website doesn't have any colored books. I wouldn't even know where to. Who's publishing skip beat? Mangadex? Yeah, there's probably a lot of people in the chat that are probably better with the manga stuff. I don't think I've ever looked for anything manga related. That old for me personally. Mangaka a lot. Yeah, try those out. I'm sure one of them will be on there. Anyways, what else? Streamer, Innocent DJ. Here's one of those ones where I'm like, returning for her 3rd year. I was there for 6. I was there for 6. Don't be gloating about it. I was there for 6. But no, here's one of those ones where legit, this girl's doing way too much. Way too much. I just don't feel this person has the time to dedicate to watching anime. They're an author. Writing takes a lot of time. Cosplaying takes a lot of time, unless they have somebody else making their cosplay, which that could be a possibility. But if she making her own cosplay, she ain't got no time to watch anime. And she also live streams and probably gets a lot of money that way. I'm just saying. And she's apparently a DJ. Like, and she podcasts. Wait, Kaho has been guest on frequently. Okay, she guests on podcasts. Okay, this chick ain't got no time to watch anime. This is legit. She is a Japanese seiyuu. Like they always doing stuff. Like they got so much on their plate. They ain't doing crap other than that. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, I don't really know what she's an author of. Like half the thing they're crediting, I don't know. Where does she have the time? Exactly. I can watch all the anime because that's all I do. Ain't no way these people do that much. Oh, that one host? Is she bad? Hey, Sudansu. Okay, anyways, moving on. So we've got two really bad strikes right now. Oh, hey, web gaming. Not one, but two Anime News Network's writers. All right. Two Anime News Network writers. You know what I should do? I need to look up... Wasn't there... I might be thinking of something else. I thought there was like some rule that you can't have more than one person from a company. Hold on a second. I gotta do this. No, I need to open up another my other browser. Where the hell's my other browser? There it is. I'm having more fun making web gaming mad than anything. Oh, they don't archive their writers? No, come on. Oh, they're an editor. Never mind. They don't write their own stuff. They might. Oh, they've been on the Ancast. That's all it lists them though. Who was the other one? I'm trying to find an article by one of these people. That'd be great. Oh, yeah, this dude's a writer. This person's a writer. They're definitely gonna have something. Damien Hillary. Gosh, they covered I'm Standing on a Million Lives. I apologize to him. Ooh, they covered It Invaded. Good. So they covered 86 as well. It's all French, so I'm not going to be able to know what the hell he's saying anyways. That guy did the Faraway Paladin thing. No, I don't think he was involved with that. That was the English group. What else? I almost thought this said Starbucks. Like somebody from Starbucks is gonna be a judge. Oh man. Kotaku, which is I think is a big oof as well. Manga content. What's a manga content creator? What the hell is a manga content creator? Oh, they create content for manga. Okay, I thought it was like manga specifically. They make manga. So there's a second Anime News Network. IGN Brazil. IGN again. Why are IGN people in this list? Is still bothers me. It's technically an entertainment site, not necessarily gaming. Manager of J-Box. That's... What? Why is the manager of J-Box? Okay. Yeah. IGN again. IGN India. There's so many IGN people. So many IGN people. Giant Bomb, anime. Polygon. That's another question mark. Because Polygon, I don't know. Polygon's not that bad. Yeah, Polygon's not that bad. Not bad as Kotaku or anybody, or IGN. I don't know. I have no hope. J-Box is the safe for work version of J-List, which is Peter Payne's company. So if you're sensitive to the not safe for work stuff of J-List, you go to J-Box. Check Japanese judge? They're Japanese judges? What? Moo and Mr. Walking Anime Encyclopedia? Was there one that was called Walking Encyclopedia? Which one was it? The Walking Anime Encyclopedia from Germany. Oh, here's a question mark. Here's a question mark. We're going down way too many rabbit holes, and we're sticking on this stuff way too much, so I feel kind of bad right now. I want to try something. Don't think they're Japanese. Okay, I thought so. All right, I was gonna see if Rocket Snorlax has a Mal, or at least was listed as on there as Mal. Rocket Snorlax has been an anime fan nerd since the era of VHS tapes. Damn. 99% of the anime fans now don't even know what a VHS tape is. He is one of the driving forces behind database project AnySearch.de. Interesting. I'm guessing that's another AnyList. An extensive database of anime, manga, and Asian films and TV series. He's also the proud owner of a multi-language Blu-ray collection of anime. Okay. Cool. He sounds decently legit. I don't know about the titles they get. I'm guessing they choose these titles because, like, some of this stuff's so out of normal. I don't know. It's like, hold on a second. I was looking for it last time, I think. It was like 2 streams ago. And then I just, like, ran into it, like, right after the stream. I was trying to find this because I was talking to everybody about the fact that I went on to a store and bought this one thing, and it cost a fortune because VHSs back then cost a fortune, and you got legit like 2 episodes, just 2 episodes. And yes, it came in this weird box. Tenchi Moyo. And like how it works is you insert it into the player like this, and when it goes inside the player, it opens up the front, and then it reads this weird film stuff here. And the weirdest thing is, this is the craziest thing about VHS for all you youngsters out there. It rolls it. Like it comes out here and it goes across here and then it comes into here and it rolls up. And if you rented this sucker or if you watch this and you don't rewind after you're done, the first thing you have to do is rewind it. And the coolest thing, if you rented this and you didn't rewind it, I don't know if you ever heard the term, please be kind, be kind, please rewind. It's because literally rewinding these kills VHSs. So the rental place legit will fine you for not rewinding it because it costs them equipment to rewind them all the damn time. So they want you to rewind it because then they're putting their equipment under stress. It makes sense. Anyways. Wow, I feel so old talking like that. I feel very old. But no, legit. This kind of crap was in the kids section. I love it. I freaking love this crap was in the kids section. Because they thought this was they thought this was a kid show. It looks like a kid show, right? Do they even have a rating on this? It's like, hell, they would even know. I don't even think they rated this stuff. Yeah, there's no rating on it. Like, there's no way they know that there's probably nudity in this thing. Because it's Tenchi Muyo. It wasn't that bad, but it was a kid show. Like, they thought it was a kid show and it had nudity in it. Yeah, La Blue Girl was in that section, like, all the damn time. Hell yeah, there was La Blue Girl in those sections. Freaking Ninja Kids show, man. Check this out. I feel bad for all the old, like, the parents that were, like, renting the La Blue Girl for their child and didn't know. Like, they figured it was some fun, like, Samurai Pizza Cat show or something. Oh, my kid loves Samurai Pizza Cats. There's this La Blue Girl. Let's check this one out. Granted, I think the La Blue Girl had some pretty, If you've seen the back of the box, you're probably going to know what it is. Because I think they were pretty clear about it on the back of it. I do remember VHS days. It's still a miss for me how they sound record on them. Magnetized information, isn't it? I rented Ninja Scroll, and that one was... Yeah, Ninja Scroll was crazy there, too. Awkward to watch the family around. Nice, I'm still streaming. I don't know how much longer, but yeah. I just kind of keeps going because people keep bringing up questions, and we keep laughing at things I don't want to be talking about. I don't want people to think I'm being mean to these people. Getting away from the list. But no, I think Vice being one of the judges is easily, like... Somebody start a Twitter thread on that sucker. I would retweet that real quick. Somebody find... What would be the best way to do that? Like, find that... And again, I don't want to do it because I don't have any ill will towards that one lady. But there's something... Like, somebody's got to point out that... Like, hey... Crunchyroll's coming over there and one of our judges is from Vice. Oh, gosh, dude. I don't know what's more funny, the fact that we discovered that Vice is going to be part of the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, or what was the other thing that I kind of blew up on? It was something else I blew up on. Something else broke me. Oh, the idea of doing a call out for the waifu thing. Get your waifu out of your mouth! Oh, I said it wrong. Get my waifu out of your mouth! It was so bad someone from Vice is a judge. I can't get over that. That's just... You forgot to mention the best part about VHS's tapes at Otaku Spirit. They also degrade over time. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's everything, though. Like, even DVDs degrade. Now, VHSs degrade quicker, and VHSs can degrade just by using them. But technically, all mediums decay over time. I think Blu-rays has gotten a lot better, but DVDs for sure degrade. The chemicals inside of between the discs kind of decay over time. Vice and Basement all broke me. I want to be a senior spicy content expert on the panel. And they also get mold. Yeah, yeah. Even the gold disc they shot into space will degrade eventually. Yeah. Just a little bit longer. Everything just takes a little bit longer. Yeah, I would love to set something up. Maybe once the YouTube channel gets a little bit bigger, I would love to do something on a bigger scale. It's in my list of things to do. We've always wanted to do it with the podcast and stuff. It's just it's one of those things. It's honestly time consuming. It's a very big thing. But no, I'd love to build the YouTube channel, and then over time, possibly get a studio set up, and then actually like invite people over and actually do a grandiose thing. Like that would be super cool. Patches, thanks for the 2, man. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for the support. The awards are in March. Yes, yes. You demand? No, you demand. Patches and me go way back. Our taste in anime has had some conflict, and I think there's been a bond through that conflict. I don't even know what the whole deal was with it. Or was that a movie? Did they shoot a gold disc or was that a movie? Now I'm confused. Now I'm confused. Anyways, what else? What were we even on? So you all got me distracted. I don't even know which one I was on. Stop. I was spare no expense to create a studio solely to install the upcoming Crunchyroll awards. Mark my words. Smart comes in like a lion. Any opinion on I'm in love with the villainess? It's not pew pew boom boom, but kick up quite a fuss on some forum. I love it due to how stupid it is. Oh, is that the one with the Yuri one? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't really have too much of an opinion on it yet because I haven't really looked into it as much. Which one are we on? We were doing comedy. Yeah, that's where we got sidetracked. Kaguya-sama is gonna be on there. I don't know if a Heron-san will be on there. We're getting too low. What's summer? I don't know if a Heron would be on there. It could be. I almost think that Rent a Girlfriend's gonna be on there. Or maybe Stepmom's Daughter is my ex. I don't know if there's enough, like, super popular comedy shows. Mob Psycho might. You think Mob Psycho would end up on a comedy list? I can see Mob Psycho. I want to say Mob Psycho is going to end up on it. Just because, like, it's super popular and it has comedy moments. Again, web gaming, you got to remember this is the you have to get the journalist mindset, and then you also have to set expectations that they probably only watched one episode of the fall season when they made a decision. That's going to be Bocchi's biggest difficulty if they do it like they usually do. If they do it the same way they've been doing it for the last 6 years, they will have to pick Bocchi based on the first episode. I don't think most of them even knew what Bocchi was when the first episode aired. Based on the judges in here and one episode, I don't think Bocchi's going to win. I think 90% of those people on that list of judges didn't even know what Bocchi was until probably 8 episodes in. Peter Grill wins all awards. Sure. I wouldn't go against it. I don't know. I mean, there's not many other selections to go with, so maybe somebody like, I don't know, Arcada can push them to have Bocchi in the list at least. I mean, what else do we have? Like, Spy X Family, Kaguya-sama Love is War. I don't know. I mean, I'll put Bocchi in there. Because there is a chance that they just don't really have any choices, so that somebody just... I watched it, and boom, it gets on there. I guess Dress Up Darling could end up on the list. I don't think it should be, but it probably could. No, I don't think... I think Urusei Yatsura is going to be way too obscure. It's just... It's older, and most of the journalists are like, ew, this comedy is way too dated. It's abusive. Yeah, plus it's on High Dive. We're kind of... I mean, I don't mind putting things in my predictions that are not on Crunchyroll, but I'm more leaning towards it has to be on Crunchyroll. I just don't see a lot of this stuff off of Crunchyroll getting enough attention. Is that it? I can't even think of... I guess I'll put Bocchi on the list. Again, like, there's not many options. If Netflix stuff gets on there, maybe Komi-san, because Komi-san was on there last year, wasn't she? Dude, I would love Immoral Guild to be on there, but there's not a chance. There's not a chance Immoral Guild would be on the list. I would totally vote for it though. Immoral Guild and Isekai Uncle are literally the 2 shows this year that have made me laugh the most. Super good, like super good comedies. I don't know. Okay, I'll put Bocchi on here. I don't think it's going to happen, but there's a possibility. What was the other one I was saying? Komi-san, if they allow non-Crunchyroll, could end up on there. Yeah, I totally think Isekai Uncle's going to get snuffed, which sucks. Okay, what was next? So I got comedy, Kaguya-sama Love is War, Spy X Family, Dress Up Darling, Bocchi, and Komi-san. It's about the only ones I can see being. Yeah, because a guy babysitting would be a decent nomination, but personally, I don't think it was that comedy-driven. A lot of good anime are going to get really snuffed out. Be it because it's mostly mainstream journalists and because, again, I don't think a lot of the better shows are going to get attention, either because Crunchyroll snubs out non-Crunchyroll or it's not mainstream enough. There was some cute moments in Yakuza Guide to Babysit for sure. Dress Up Darling adapted 5 volumes. They added MC supporting character, but forgot to put best boy, best girl. They didn't think that think though that they can put best male and female MC and supporting character at the same time. Yeah, like I said, they took out Slice of Life. Web Gaming, they took out Slice of Life. We talked about this, didn't we? Like, we legit had a conversation about this, right? Of course, it was cute though. Isekai Uncle is funny for sure. Historically though, Gintama, Psychic K are probably the funniest I've seen. Yeah, and those both got snubbed for sure. That sucks. If Uncle from Another World would get snuffed, it's great. Shows. It's a great show. Touches so many subjects, and the elf. Yeah, the elf girl is good. That last episode of the elf girl was good. He didn't mention Edge Runners at all in these. I think it would make the awards somewhere. Yeah, Grant, I agree. It should. It should. It should. Like, the best way I could put it, I think the best, or easily the best snub that's going to happen this year, if Crunchyroll decides to not include non-Sony owned properties, Edge Runners is going to be the biggest one that I think the general public's going to be mad about, because it does deserve to be at least best action, if not best anime of the year, in contending in best anime of the year. Like, legit Edge Runners, for me personally, was pretty much a perfect show. So that's gonna be a real rough one to see it not at least get acknowledged. Again, assuming, I don't know. Unless there's a side of me that wonders if they could possibly include it in the agreement not to say anything about it. But I would assume that these people would probably say something about it if they were told don't include non-Crunchyroll shows. But again, it's as simple as Crunchyroll asked them for nominations. All these people submit it. Crunchyroll receives the nominations. They take all the shows that aren't Crunchyroll, and they throw them out. They put the list together of, like, which one got picked the most and put them in order, and they send them back to these people. These people would have no idea that Crunchyroll took out non-Crunchyroll shows and sent it back to them. These people would just assume, the judges would assume the list they got back was what all the judges decided on. So, pictures. Well, to be fair, I think my picture for this whole judging thing was terrible too. I can't criticize anybody by their looks. Like, I can't criticize any of these people. This is a little interesting though. The kimono, the what looks like a 1980s Polaroid kimono shot. That's about the only one that I could possibly criticize. Anyways, I'm back to look. I don't want to be on this page anymore. Stop it, people. If they don't have Edge Runners there, oh boy, yeah, it's gonna be a major backlash. And like I said, I think that Edge Runners nailed the public. Like, they nailed grabbing the public's interest. Because they did that 3-episode live stream free airing to everybody, it got people hyped. They did a good job selling people on that. There's another anime confirmed already that'll probably be adapted to Volume 10. Oh, you guys talk about something. You guys talk about Dress Up Darling or something? Because someone asked him to judge questions, so he goes back to the judge list. Shut up. What else? Again, I think main characters is going to basically be a lot of characters from the Anime of the Year list. Like Denji, Eren, Boji, probably Anya. No, it'd be not. Would Yor be in the list? I don't even know who would be the main character of Spy X Family. I guess it would be Lloyd, right? Like, that ever stops them to have an actual classification. Like, antagonist had Eren and protagonist had Eren. No, but we don't go based on actual logic in this stuff. I want Ellen Odyssey to win Best Girl. Was she in Goblin Slayer? No, she wasn't in the Goblin Slayer episode. Unless you talk about season 2 when it airs. Yeah, they simplified it by making multilingual. It's easier to do that way. Edgerunner lacked episodes. The characters would have been befitted. Oh yeah, I definitely think a couple more episodes would have been really fantastic for it. I agree. Just realized, but the best VA for languages means they have to have the judges watching dubs of the shows in language they want. may not be fluent with. It's so funny. Yeah, with how they basically did it for when I was doing the judging is they basically had each of the categories, and you could put something in it or not. So if you weren't familiar with a certain language, you could just not vote. That's how they handled it. Honestly, Yor is the biggest letdown for me as Spy X Family. While she is a great character, she rarely ever struts her stuff and shows off her skills. I've been pretty much that's been literally me for the like every episode impressions for Spy X Family of this entire season has been me. Please do something with Yor. Please do something with Yor. You guys are talking about judges again. Honestly, for judges, if they had YouTubers who actually watch anime, I'd want Otaku Spirit Chibi for Nevermore, Nero, and a few others. Like, we have such great people who know anime on YouTube that should be judges. Well, I've been to the only thing that I can help with that, Tungsten. The only thing that I can say that will relieve your fears there. I've been a judge for the last 6 years, and my nominations never pushed the list. Like they legit need to fix the system. Having a bunch of anti-tubers on there isn't gonna fix it, because people like me, we just get pushed out. Yours serve with something else, right? She could cut it a million pieces. It's like, oh, hold on a second. I gotta hold on. The second shot will work. Some English VAs from the Cyberpunk anime need to be nominated. Yeah, they had a pretty awesome cast on there. I would admit that. I had to go back to the Japanese cast though because obvious reasons. The head boss from Spy X Family is my favorite. That was her name. Yeah, she's amazing. I loved her chewing out the college students. Like, super good scene. What's wrong with Chibi? I used to really love Chibi. Really love Chibi. I didn't like his Bleach video. His Bleach NFT video really, I didn't like it. I really thought it was very misinformed. But yeah. It would be cool if YouTube people like Chibi could get together and make their own. I think somebody tried that once. It didn't work out that well. Wasn't Anime Man? Didn't he try to make one? Or was that just that top anime of all time? Sadly, they don't want to fix that system. No, because it requires more effort. Like, the least amount of effort they put into it, the better. The Great Anime Award Revolution of 2023. Yeah, she was a handler. I was trying to think of her name. Oh, I wouldn't doubt there's probably a good... Like, I've kind of stumbled into the manga... the manga tuber... What do you call it? Young manga tuber? I've ran into the manga tuber area every now and then. They're pretty good. I watch anything on Mappa with Chibi. He usually spends a good amount of time talking about work conditions no matter what. It's easy to fill in some time. When you're talking about Mappa, it's always easy to fill in some time talking about how terrible things are going there. Because we assume that... It's easy to assume that if you have one person... if you have one project that has issues with overworking, that you assume they all do. It's really easy to. No, I honestly, overall, I don't have a problem with Chibi. He's technically what I'm trying to do. He's what I am trying to do as a content creator, because like him, I'm avoiding putting footage in my content. I don't have tons of clips in my videos. He's technically what I'm striving to do. It's just long form, talk about the show, talk about the news, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I've had an issue here last couple times I've watched him where he talks about things very misinformed. Like I said, the whole Bleach NFT thing, he made an entire video to thousands of people saying that they were selling Bleach NFTs. They weren't selling Bleach NFTs. They were selling artwork, physical artwork, that had a token that goes on the blockchain to prove you own it. Basically a receipt, a digital receipt. It wasn't them selling... and what you were buying for that cost was not an NFT. You were buying... Essentially what they did is they took this old printing style that's known in Japan for that. It's a printing style on a material that lasts a long time. This is literally what artists of old in Japan used to do their artwork on that has lasted centuries. So what they wanted to do is they wanted to do a print style just like that of the Bleach art. And the idea was that you buy this art of Bleach that's printed on this stuff, and it's super time-consuming, but at the same time, very expensive to do. And so it costs a lot. And so they were selling it for a large sum of money. And like I said, it wasn't an NFT. It wasn't an NFT. But anyways. But yeah, I don't personally have a problem with them. Like I said, I've enjoyed Chibi for a long time. I just think every now and then I get frustrated with just very quick videos that aren't to inform that bug me a little bit. What have I started? We have a Chibi fight. Major Mushoku Tensei news. Oh, by the way, some good news to segue out of that. Despite the fact that Crunchyroll has taken 2 weeks to get me my copy of Blu-ray copy of Mushoku Tensei, good news is last night totally spotted Roxy Gets Serious Volume 3 on Barnes & Noble, bought it in a heartbeat, and it's shipping. I'm super happy about it. I finally have... I'll have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. So now I just need 4, 5, and I'll have the Roxy Get Serious. Which is good because I think of between Mushoku Tensei and Roxy Get Serious, I really doubt Roxy Get Serious will ever be reprinted. So I'm super happy about that. I get one win. Everybody's talking about how they got their copy of Blu-ray of Mushoku Tensei. I won one battle. I'll take my battle wins. I can't wait to read it. I just finished, for those who don't know, I just finished Chapter 10 of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation Volume 6. So I just finished Turning Point 2. So I got recorded my impressions of, or my analysis of 7 and 8. Yes, I really badly wanted to go right into Turning Point 10, or Turning Point 10, Turning Point 2, Chapter 9, but I think Turning Point chapter and the Man God meet afterwards. I think those, which is basically the Hole in My Chest. So Turning Point 2 and the Hole in My Chest, I think both those chapters are going to be videos in themselves. They're just, holy crap, there's so much to talk about. Like, Turning Point 2 and the light novel, there's so much dialogue cut. And there's so much implied in the conversation as they're fighting. Like, it's huge. So, yeah, they're keeping the same young Rudius voice in Season 2. That was the big news. Notice Volume 9 of Mushoku Tensei was available on Right Stuff, but I had no... but I got no money for it. Oof. Yeah, they got 7 and 9 are restocked. Roxy Gets Serious backstory. Yeah. No. I've been told there is a spoiler at the beginning of Roxy Gets Serious for like volume 10 of the light novel. I'm assuming something's probably shown before it gets in their backstory. So I'm taking the warnings of like 100 people so far that say do not read Roxy Gets Serious until you get to like volume 10. So And I don't want to know what that spoiler is. And no matter how small it is. I'm super sensitive to spoilers. I'm massive spoiler sensitive. Yeah, Mashoka Mondays will be fun because it's essentially going to be the aftermath of Sharon, Aisha, Lilia, and then the whole travel to the lower jaw, which was completely ripped out of the anime. And I had some good conversation there. There was a ton of good conversation in there, so. Does a show follow the book, or should I get the manga? Don't get the manga. Stay away from the manga. What I've read of the manga, I was not happy with. So, unless you don't like Mushoku Tensei because it's too heavy, I think the manga is like a lot more goofy. It's super more goofy. But I mean, if you can't read if you don't like reading the light novel, if you don't like reading light novel format, I mean, you can. But yeah, the light novel is super good. Can't wait for Roxy 3, 4, and 5 to restock already so I can have all of those and pre-order, free to pre-order without issue. I'll go find Roxy Get Serious. Yeah, good luck finding them. They're just as bad as Mushoku Tensei to pick up on. Yeah, the anime, maybe I misread that. Yes, the anime follows the light novels. It does not follow the anime or the manga. I'm trying to entice you to watch Gintama. I am totally after Gintama. I just been trying to find some time to do it. I think when me and Chris for a long time were going back and forth, pushing each other to watch a certain show, and that was next on my list of ones to push him to watch with me was Gintama, because he got me to watch Fairy Tail, and we never finished Fairy Tail, and we were gonna go from Fairy Tail to Gintama, but then life happened. I like the manga. I will still read the manga. I'm just going to wait until I'm done with the light novel. And then I'll check out the manga. Because what I read of the manga was like, what is this, dude? What is this? Yeah, now I understand why the only thing... Rizal. A surefire sign that people don't like the manga? Search Barnes & Noble or Right Stuff or Amazon for Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation, and then take the time to filter by manga, light novel, and Roxy Gets Serious. I guess you can insert that too. Light novel, manga. And see which one's in stock with every single volume. Like, you could easily buy the entire manga series because it's all in stock. But the light novel, Roxy Gets Serious, all that stuff, that's real hard to come by. I love the bards in the manga. She's hardly mentioned elsewhere. I don't know who that is. The bards? The bard? And then that's something later on. I read bits of the manga after the light novel to see a difference and wasn't very happy with, but okay, it seems okay some bits. Yeah, I was heard that Sharon was definitely different. Somebody was suggesting that I do a comparison there. Really actually got hooked on the manga before any other ones. Well, that's good. I mean, it's fine to like it. I just found it I found it to be a lot more comical. I have following the light novels with your reviews, but not have the hold on the full published translated volumes. Like I said, like the easiest way to get a hold of it is just digital, which really sucks because I like having them physically. You gotta finish Fairy Tail, if only to see the greatness of Ichiya. Men! Men! Parfum. Parfum. Oil of Parfum. I only read 86 and SAO. I want to eventually read 86. That would be good. Right now, I'm on Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation, Sentence of Bookworm, probably Grimgar Fantasy and Ash after that, and then Spice and Wolf. Maybe ReZero, and then probably 86. I have a big list, and it's going to take forever. Am I get the Eris spin-off manga? Yeah, I would totally buy it. I mean, it's one volume. Like, it's going to be like $10, and you get the whole series, right? Does Barnes & Noble still have anti-theft stickers on actual package of manga? I haven't gotten any anti-theft ones, but I've only bought online. I don't know if in-store is different. Web Game would probably tell you different. Web Gaming buys tons from Barnes. I buy stuff, they come damaged, and I send them back. Hoping Volume 3 of Roxy Gets Serious comes in here good. So, ReZero will also be a super long series. I don't doubt it. It feels like it's got way too much to get into, unless they just completely leave everything unexplained. Fairycast win. I might release the last Fairycast we recorded this week, because I won't be recording. It's been 2 weeks since me and Chris have been able to get together to record. We are currently planned for Saturday to record our preview of the winter season. So I might do Fairycast sometime in the middle there, or maybe afterwards. It just depends on Chris's schedule is changing really bad right now. So our podcast, I'm trying to find a good point that's good for him to actually do recordings. So I just bought like 80 manga yesterday. I've only seen them on the wrappers in Barnes & Noble. So it's like the shrink wrap on the outside. I really wish that more light novels and mangas would ship shrink wrap. It's like super... I want all of them to do that, because I've had stuff come in with shrink wrap, and it helps so well in keeping them from being damaged. ReZero is on arc 7 of 11 arcs. It's already over 30 volumes long. Maybe I'll stop buying them. I've got like 13 volumes, and I was... That's a lot to buy. Are they dragging it out, though? That's the question mark. Are they dragging it out? Oh, only R83? Is Berserk is Berserk classified R8? No. Are you... What? For who specifically? Oh, you mean like Barnes and Noble shrink wraps R18 to make sure people don't open them, maybe? Is that what you mean? Andrew laughed, but look at my Goodreads. I got a whole box set of Cells at Work. Yeah, I mean, you sent me the picture of it. You legit sent me the picture of it. Eden Zero is so worth it read already. It gets intense, a little dark here and there. He's way better than Fairy Tail. I mean, Fairy Tail is good, but Eden Zero is a lot more. I mean, I don't... Truth be told, Fairy Tail isn't a great series. Like, me and Chris have had a lot of fun watching it. There's some really cool points in it. Like, there are some really cool character moments in that series, but it's not a great series. It's been a series that me and Chris... That's why I haven't watched it since me and Chris haven't watched much anime together. It was fun to watch with him. We just had fun watching it together. It was a brother show. It's a bro show. It's got a lot of power and friendship in it. Yes, a lot of power and friendship. A lot of screaming protagonist moments. Yeah, our team is shrink wrapped. High School DxD. Okay, I thought they was like you were talking about like in general, like publishers will shrink wrap them, because like I got a Sentence of Bookworm in Volume 1 shrink wrapped. I got all of my technically all my Spice and Wolf and all of my Berserk came shrink wrapped. I can understand Berserk if that's the case. I don't know why Spice and Wolf, unless I guess Spice and Wolf is a little more edgy in the manga. Fairy Tail is my teenage life anime. Not the best, but I love all the characters. Yeah, I like the characters for sure. It just it gets stuck on a lot of the jokes. Like the jokes, like it's like, dude, it was funny the first 15 times you did it. Now we're like in 5th season and you're still doing that same stupid joke. All right, F Luck, take care, man. Thanks for dropping by. Fairy Tail isn't perfect by any means, but I had such a good time watching the show. Yeah, like I said, it's like the brother show. I want to watch it with him eventually one of these days. Hated last season. Oof. Yeah, I think we were just about to get into what was it? The Fairy Tail Zero? That was like we stopped just before Fairy Tail Zero. How am I going for today? I'll be cutting off here in a minute. Actually, I with this stream ended up going like way longer than my intended were. Wow. Apparently, it's time for me to get off now. This went on longer than I intended to. I'm not having a stroke. I swear. No, FMA Brotherhood was super good. We watched that, what, in 2018? I just released the podcast episode for it, by the way. It was super good for even now. My man Andrew, a pleasure. See you next Monday with Mushoku Tensei Light Novel Series in your Wednesday live chat. All right, man. Take care, DuHalt. Thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. Anything else I want to cover before we close? Yeah, I might do another one. I might we have like literally until January. For sure we'll be talking about the nominations once they come out, because that's gonna be super fun. And like I said, once they actually have the event, I'll definitely be live streaming it. We're gonna have so much fun talking about it. So glad we'll have Volume 7 soon, dude. Like, all right, I mentioned to talk about this. So Bushuko Mondays. So the 19 will be 7 and 8. 26 is going to be probably just volume or chapter 9. Maybe I might be able to do chapter 9 and 10. Like I said, it's all depend on when I record it. So my original goal to make past volume 6 by the end of this year, I might read it, but I'm definitely not going to be able to cover it in videos. That sucks. So anyways, I think we'll call it from that point. So I have to join their you left the Discord? Oh, you got hacked? I'm sorry. Thanks again, Ruby, for becoming a member. Jay-Z for the $2 and Patches for the $2. I want to make sure that I point that out. A Rizal Boone sent a super chat at some point a couple days ago out of nowhere, and that obviously wasn't streaming, but I appreciate that if you listen to this at some point. So, oh, you were Warspite. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. I feel bad. Yeah, you got hacked twice. Yeah, weren't you the one that didn't you get hacked twice? Yeah, just message me directly if you need. That way I know which one is you. So, ready for Jump Festa? I'm always ready for Jump Festa. Always. Too much off-brand anime. Ruby too vulnerable to the hacks now. Not gonna lie, this year's hacks has been awful. Yeah, it's a lot of that stuff coming up that really makes me put a lot of effort into 2-point authentication. Sadly, it's spoofable, especially like 2-point authentication through phones is very spoofable. All it takes is them knowing like this. They can spoof a SIM card. It really sucks. Especially like with the stuff that's happened to my brother recently, not Chris. You can see how easy it is to hack accounts. It's crazy. If you ever have a family member that goes through some sort of problem, or you have a passing or something like that, you discover how easy it is to get into people's accounts, because you kind of have to through like power of attorney and stuff. Anyways, but yeah, January 19th, around there, we'll get the nominations. I'll definitely be making a video on it then. But I don't think I will be streaming next week, Wednesday. We'll see. We'll see if next week we can do a stream. I think I can, because it's not that close to Christmas, but we'll see. But yeah, for those who don't know, we have a Discord. The link is in the comments, or the description. Go in there, meet some great people. I think we're wrapping up our current list for Anime of the Year nominations, so check that out. But yeah, I don't know. Did you check to see if there was possibly some sort of hack that was in your machine, Ruby, like a Trojan or something? So glad to be here for the entire stream. I'm glad to have you. Thanks everybody again for dropping by the stream. It was a lot of fun. I think my favorite streams end up being the ones where I literally don't have to do anything because people just give me stuff to talk about and stuff to rant about. People fueling my desire to rant on stuff. But yeah, I greatly appreciate you guys dropping by and being a part of the stream. It was a lot of fun. And as always, again, y'all take care.